This is Nationwide 90 FM, owned and operated by Nationwide News Network. We broadcast from our studios at 6 Bradley Avenue, Kingston 10, Jamaica. Transmitting on the FM 90 band. 90.3 from Peters Rock in St. Andrew and Murphy Hill in St. Anne. Serving Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, parts of Clarendon, St. Mary, and St. Thomas. 90.5 from Huntley in Manchester, transmitting to St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, rural St. Andrew, and parts of St. Thomas. And 90.7 from Cooper's Hill in St. Andrew and Flower Hill in St. James, serving Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, sections of Trelawney, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Anne. Nationwide 90 FM also broadcasts on the World Wide Web on nationwideradiojm.com and on Flow on channel 916. Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6 o'clock. From the studios of Nationwide Radio, morning radio the right way. It's Nationwide This Morning. A very good morning to you. I'm Tawna Thomas. Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning, Friday, July 12, 2024. Tourism Minister says 55,000 tourists have come to the island's shores since Hurricane Beryl. School associations call for urgent funding for Beryl repairs. Manchester businesses are reeling from downed utilities following Beryl. In regional news, CRIF says it will pay $44 million to Grenada for Beryl damage. In international news, Biden stands defiant on critical night, but gaffes mar fight back. In sports, West Indies on the verge of massive test defeat against England at Lord's. And in business, we'll have more of that a little later on. The details after the break.
JANAC Global Accreditation, promoting consumer confidence, facilitating market access through internationally accepted accreditation and training services. Accreditation, your visa for global access. Accredited once, accepted everywhere. Call JANAC Global Accreditation at 876-968-7790 or visit our website at www.janaac.gov.jm.
Catch the first news of the day, a comprehensive package of local, international, sports, and business news. The news at 6 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. A transport operator who was seen on video sitting in a passenger's lap as he drove the vehicle has been charged. According to the Transport Authority, the driver was taken into custody after being caught on camera transporting 11 persons in a vehicle while sitting in a female passenger's lap. Under law, that vehicle should be occupied by 4 passengers plus the driver. In the video, a caption read that the taxi was transporting passengers from Portmore, St. Catherine. The driver has since been charged with dangerous driving, operating with excess passengers, and operating contrary to the terms and conditions of his road license. He's also charged with operating without insurance coverage, a Transport Authority badge, and uniform. The license plates on the driver's motor vehicle were also removed. The driver has since apologized for his actions.
The driver that was in the viral video being sitting in a passenger's lap, which it was a careless and reckless act. I'm here with the Transport Authority. I'm apologizing to the nation. I'm letting you all know This is not a regular occurrence, and this is something that will never happen again. I'm apologizing to one, and I'm apologizing to all. Please accept my apology.
The Transport Authority's Managing Director, Ralston Smith, says he's considering other actions against the reckless driver in accordance with the suspension and revocation policy. He's reminding operators of public passenger vehicles that they have a duty of care to all road users. The number of roads damaged across the country by Hurricane Beryl has increased to 578. That's the latest update from the National Works Agency, NWA. Of that number, the agency says 345 roads have been restored to full access. Another 215 roads are reopened to single-lane use. The NWA says 19 roads that remain blocked are due to major landslides, washed-out fords, and fallen GPS poles. According to the agency, the majority of the roads fully cleared for access are in Clarendon. Prime Minister Andrew Holness recently disclosed that over $10 billion worth of damage has been done to the country's roads. Works Minister Robert Morgan notes that repair to the affected roads will take some time.
We have to look at the black roads that are in St. Thomas. We have to look at the roads in and around Clarendon and from the north to the south that have been damaged and see what we can do quickly to give people some respite. We know that back to school is coming, which is a high traffic period, and we have to make sure that our taxi drivers and our regular residents have reasonable access to their communities and to their businesses. There's going to be a lot of work over the next couple of months in restoring some of the roads. I mean, to be honest with you, it's going to take some time from a work perspective to recover from Beryl as the devastation was so expansive.
Minister Morgan says the government's road rehabilitation program, Spark, will address some of the damaged roads.
Some of the roads that have come up in the consultations that we've been doing over the last several months, I think we're now at about 30 constituencies, and we have about 300 odd roads that have been suggested by constituents. Some of those roads have been damaged or made worse. So obviously Spark will address some of those roads. Spark process continues. We are now at the procurement stage where the enterprise contractors will be bidding on the 4 packages across the island. Their bids are due, I think, late this month to early August. So that process has not been stalled whatsoever.
Robert Morgan, Works Minister. Jamaica welcomed 55,000 visitors to the island in the days following Hurricane Beryl. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett made the disclosure while addressing the opening ceremony of the Christmas in July trade show on Thursday.
July 2nd and 3rd, 0 tourists came to Jamaica. 0. When I looked at the stats, there was a dash on that day for arrival and a dash the next day. The 4th of July, we started receiving visitors again. And yesterday, we brought in a total in 6 days of 55,000 visitors.
Minister Bartlett says that there has been no major fallout in the industry due to the passage of Hurricane Beryl.
We're able to say to the world, you can come to Jamaica. I said that. 80% of our assets are intact and we are ready for you, so come. And they came. And they came because they had confidence in the promise that we made because of the integrity of that promise.
Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism. The 2-day Christmas in July trade show opened on Thursday at the National Arena. 205 artisans are participating in the event, which is now in its 10th year. The government is again being urged to fast-track funding to repair schools damaged by Hurricane Beryl. The latest call is coming from President of the Jamaica Association of Chairman of Secondary Institutions, Courtney Winter. Mr. Winter was speaking on Nationwide at 5 on Thursday. Mahira Stewart has more.
The Education Ministry is still assessing the damage to schools across several parishes severely impacted by Hurricane Beryl. The ministry's preliminary cost to offset repairs is close to $800 million. Courtney Winter believes the government should provide direct funding to schools that are in need of repairs and utility restoration.
I'm going to recommend and suggest to the Ministry of Education that whatever funds are available for repairs, that these allocations are made directly to the schools, and that the schools use the emergency procurement method to try to get their schools repaired before September. I would also recommend and suggest to the government to keep up the pressure on the utilities to ensure that even if schools are not fully ready, that there is adequate internet, electricity, and water at the schools.
Mr. Winter says the direct funding provided should also include some kind of accountability measure.
The Ministry of Education, on a normal course of business, get reports on the spend of every school. And I think that is done monthly or quarterly, so it wouldn't be any different. They would just have to put some accountability metric in place to ensure that those funds were spent as intended. I'm also confident that principals and board members of Jamaican schools are very responsible people, and they're anxious and eager to get their schools up and running. So that is the least of my problem. But the Ministry of Education can put some accountable metric in place to ensure that the funds were used as intended.
It's estimated that the cost of repairing schools damaged by the storm will increase in the coming weeks. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Leighton Johnson, has suggested that schools be insured against natural disasters. However, Mr. Winter disagrees with this suggestion.
We have about 1,000 public schools in Jamaica, and if I were to assume that the asset of each school is anywhere between $1 to $3 billion, we could be talking about insuring assets somewhere closer to $2 to $4 trillion. If I were to also assume that about 1% of that would be a premium to do such a insurance, we're talking about anywhere between $20 to $30 billion. So that's not a practical idea.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, a public relations officer for the Jamaica Association of Principals of Infant and Primary Schools, Paul Scott, says a disaster fund should be in place to help rebuild damaged schools. That's the suggestion from JTA President Leighton Johnson. Mr. Scott says it's a good idea.
Right now, at the primary and infant levels, we are not even receiving adequate funds for, basic educational needs. So I'm not even sure where that funds would come from to further insure schools. But what I do agree with, the sentiment going around, is to establish that disaster or emergency funds, if we want to call it, similar to what the Ministry of Finance spoke about earlier on. And that fund can be triggered when we have incidents of disaster.
Mr. Scott also stressed the importance of ensuring that the nation's schools are robust, given their dual-purpose role as emergency shelters.
Schools across Jamaica are used as shelter, and therefore it is more than important for the government to establish that fund so that especially even schools that are used as shelter, those schools can get repaired first, for argument's sake.
Paul Scott, Public Relations Officer for the Jamaica Association of Principals of Infant and Primary Schools. President of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce, Simone Spence Johnson, says businesses in the parish are reeling from the damage done to the systems of the utility service providers by Hurricane Beryl. She was speaking on Nationwide at 5 on Thursday.
The hit has been significant. When you prepare for a hurricane, you're preparing for the act itself, the storm coming, the winds, all of that. But I don't think we're adequately prepared for the after effects of it. At least I know I wasn't, and quite a bit of the persons I've spoken to was really not prepared for what would come after. So we're talking about the loss of electricity, we're talking about no water, we're talking about no internet. It really has impacted businesses straight across the parish, and then coupled with the damages from the hurricane. So we're really trying to put the pieces back together now.
Sections of Manchester were among the areas of the country lashed by Hurricane Beryl as it passed along Jamaica's southern coastline last Wednesday. Mrs. Spence Johnson says the cost of damage to businesses in the parish is still unknown as assessments are still underway.
I wouldn't even begin to, I wouldn't even know what to tell you what figure that would look like, because we're still putting together losses where they occurred across the parish and with different business sectors as well. So I couldn't give you a figure. I would probably say maybe 70-75% of the parish has gotten back light. The main shopping center area got back light today, which was a little surprising being that it's in the center of the town, but it's been restored. So coming back, I would probably say maybe another couple of weeks. But then what we're looking at is that this is the start of the hurricane season.
Simone Spence Johnson, president of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce. Meanwhile, Mrs. Spence Johnson says the impact of Beryl should be a learning moment for businesses to adequately prepare for the rest of the 2024 hurricane season.
I would say really the biggest need is for us to tune our mind as to how we can be adequately prepared for something that comes next. Of course, yes, they need funds and they need to get back, their business on target. But now that these facilities are back in play, that will help to turn the wheels again. But I think it's more of us shifting our mind to understand and putting things in place physically, making preparations to say, okay, if something like this happens next, a couple of weeks down the road, a couple of months down the road, how are we able to bounce back quickly? So I think that's the biggest need.
The Manchester Chamber of Commerce president adds that better preparation for hurricanes will help to reduce instances of price gouging.
We're living in a hurricane zone, so to speak. We have these natural disasters occur. And as such, we should have our citizens prepared in a particular way. So even though it really shouldn't be marking the things up 10,000% for our last line. And I heard a couple of my friends, they couldn't get batteries, they couldn't get this, they couldn't get that. So we must do better. And I say to my members that we need to be prepared. We need to be our brother's keeper as well. So if they spend all the money during the hurricane, they can't come and shop after the hurricane. What's going to happen? You understand? Make it make sense. So if we gouge them now, what's going to happen down the road? They still have to come back. Your business is going to still need to be open and you're going to have to sell things. So why kill them now? Spread it across a little bit. That's what I would say, and that's what I have been saying to them.
Simone Spence Johnson, president of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce. And that's it for the local segment of the news. Up next, regional and international.
This summer, transform your summer body with Express Fitness Gym. For just $9,500 on AutoPay, you'll get access to all our locations 24/7. Enjoy free classes, fully air-conditioned facilities, showers, and changing rooms. Plus, our certified trainers are here to help you reach your goals. Visit Express Fitness Gym today. Your goal is our mission. Find a location near you or sign up now at pay.expressfitnessja.com.
At Design Privacy, we value relationships. Join our exclusive open DPO community and interact with privacy professionals. Share ideas, insightful challenges, and build career-boosting connections with expert advice at your fingertips. Get access to specialized tools, exclusive workshops, and case studies. Enjoy unparalleled networking. Join Design Privacy's open DPO community to expand your expertise and excel in your career. Visit opendpocommunity.com today and take your data privacy skills to the next level.
In regional and international news this morning, regional news. The United States Agency for International Development, USAID, plans to provide $4.5 million in immediate humanitarian assistance to Grenada, Jamaica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In Jamaica, USAID is allocating $2.5 million to repair homes, address water and sanitation needs, support logistical operations, and supply essential relief items such as cleanup kits, hygiene kits, and tarps. Grenada Jamaica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines will each receive $1 million. The funding will be used to provide shelter and emergency relief items for thousands of people displaced by storm damage. Market-based assistance will also be provided to help affected residents purchase basic household commodities and other necessary items. International now in a critical press conference meant to make or break his presidential campaign. Joe Biden spiritedly defended his foreign policy record, even as he faced a barrage of questions on his mental fitness. And in another gaffe, Biden mistakenly referred to Kamala Harris as Vice President Trump. Biden offered extensive remarks on thorny foreign policy issues, including competition with China and the Israel-Hamas war, in which he said he warned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu away from an occupation of the Gaza Strip. He said he was directly in contact with Xi Jinping to warn him not to offer further support for Russia's war in Ukraine. But Biden, who is running to be president until January 2029, fielded an equal number of questions during the press conference on his mental fitness. It's an issue that has loomed over his campaign since a faltering debate performance against Donald Trump that he called that dumb mistake. Ultimately, it was a performance that supporters will probably say shows he is capable of handling his responsibilities as commander-in-chief, but it's unlikely to convince those already in doubt about his mental fitness that he can serve another 4 years in office. And that's it for regional and international. Up next, sports.
With so much to do in one location, make Megamart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy. All in one amazing location. My Megamart, the best value by far.
Need equipment rental, repair, or sales? The Contractor Center has you covered. We also offer epoxy installation, stamp concrete, and construction chemicals, serving commercial, industrial, construction, and residential industries. Don't let everyday challenges hold you back. Visit us at 26 Shortwood Road or online at contractorcenterja.com or call 876-968-4816.
Treatment for drinking water. Following the passage of Hurricane Beryl, members of the public are reminded to treat their drinking water before consumption. Water can be treated by boiling or adding bleach. Here are some tips to help you. For boiling water, water that is boiled for treating should be heated until it comes to a rolling boil, where bubbles continuously come to the surface of the water. Allow water to boil for 1 minute. Cover and let cool. Store water in a clean, covered container. For adding bleach, you may also add 3% or 5% household bleach, not bulk bleach, to treat drinking water. Add 2 drops of bleach to 1 quart of water. Mix well and leave for 30 minutes before drinking. For further information, please contact the Health Emergency Operations Center at 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683.
In your morning sports report, England a short while ago inflicted a crushing innings and 114-run defeat on the West Indies inside 3 days of the first cricket test at Lord's. The hosts needed little over an hour on Friday morning to remove the last 4 West Indies wickets as they crumbled for 136. Gudakesh Moti ended unbeaten on 31 as Gus Atkinson bagged 5 for 61, his second 5-wicket haul in the match. James Anderson claimed 3 for 32 to end his illustrious 21-year career with 704 wickets from 188 tests, and Ben Stokes 2 for 25. The second test begins on July 18 at Trent Bridge. The Windward Islands will resume batting on 27 without loss in their second innings against defending champions Jamaica on today's second and final day of their regional under-19 game at Arnes Vale in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Windwards, who were bowled out for 135 in their first innings, are holding a slim 16-run lead after Jamaica declared on 146 for 8 in reply. Tamari Redwood 6 for 44 and Michael Clark 4 for 26 were impressive for Jamaica on Thursday's opening day. At Sion Hill, Trinidad and Tobago will continue from 51 for 3, replying to Barbados' 200 all out. While at Park Hill, the Leeward Islands are set to resume on 84 for 2, replying to Guyana's 111 all out. 4 Jamaicans are scheduled to be in action today on the 9th stop of the Wanda Diamond League Series in Monaco. National champion Rashid Broadbell will face world champion and Paris favourite Grant Holloway in the 110 metres hurdles. Malik James King, another national champion, will line up in the 400 metres hurdles. Shanika Ricketts will compete in the triple jump. Meanwhile, Andrew Hudson will run in the 200 metres. Former Reggae Boys head coach Hamir Hallgrimson says the main reason he took the job as head coach of the Republic of Ireland was because of the respect shown to him by the professionals at the Football Association of Ireland. The Icelander says he is in a good place now.
I really liked the administration, how they approached their professionalism and how they kind of treated me with respect, etc. So that was another thing that really impressed me.
Hallgrimson, who was in charge of the Reggae Boys for just over 2 years, says he was approached earlier this year but told his new employers that he could not discuss terms until after the Copa America.
It was some time back, I heard, but like others that kind of contacted, I told them I would be focused on Copa America and we decide after the Copa what we will do. So no, it was just an honor to be thought of as the next possible coach for the Republic.
Hamir Hallgrimson. KFC has pumped over $4 million into this year's hosting of the Jump Ball basketball program and the Jabba Star Search basketball and life skills camp. Over 400 male and female players between 8 and 18 years old are set to benefit. Jamaica's longest-running basketball program, the Jump Ball Basketball Camp, has also benefited from a donation of $500,000 in cash and $1 million in meal support from KFC. The camp starts in Kingston with the corporate area camp running from July 8 to 11. In keeping with its tradition, the camp will move to other parishes including St. Elizabeth, St. Mary, Manchester, St. Anne and St. James from July 26 to August 31. It's now time for the Nationwide Olympic Fact sponsored by Rainforest Caribbean.
This is Nationwide's Olympic Facts, brought to you by the Real Estate Board and the Commission of Strata Corporations.
Did you know that Jamaican athletes competed in 3 sporting disciplines at our first Olympic Games in 1948, 12 years after becoming an IOC member? Yes, that's a fact. Jamaica sent a delegation of 29 athletes to the 1948 Summer Games in London, where we competed in 3 disciplines: boxing, weightlifting, and track and field.
That was Nationwide's Olympic Facts, brought to you by the Real Estate Board and the Commission of Strata Corporations.
And that's it for your morning sports.
When last you get good bun? You don't know good bun until you have a mother's bakery bun. From you pull open the wrapper and it's soft so till. A sub bun for nice. And from when you take the first bite, love it so till. A sub bun for nice. Beg your piece.
Get your own mother's bakery bun.
I will buy one off you.
Yes, but I will charge a convenience fee.
I will take one. Me too.
Mother's Bakery Buns. A sub bun for nice. Try them today.
Feeling stuck in endless paperwork to secure a small business loan from a bank? Access Financial Services can unlock your growth with an SME loan. Borrow up to $20 million with easy requirements and fast approvals. Whether you are ready to boost productive capacity, get working capital, or acquire real estate, say goodbye to the hassle and hello to growth. Grow your business with an SME loan up to $20 million from Access Financial Services. Call 876-929-9253 or visit accessfinanceonline.com. Conditions apply.
In business this morning, Sagicor Investments has announced the official relaunch of its enhanced online investment platform, Sagicor e-Invest. The innovative platform is designed to provide investors with a seamless and efficient way to participate in public offers. This includes initial public offerings, IPOs, additional public offerings, APOs, and rights issues. Coinciding with the platform's reintroduction, Sagicor Investments is also the lead broker for the R.A. Williams Distributors IPO, a trusted name in Jamaica's medical distribution industry whose prospectus is now available. Sagicor says in response to the growing digital transformation in the financial services sector, its e-Invest platform, which was originally launched in 2021, now features enhanced functionalities that cater to both Sagicor Investments and non-Sagicor Investment clients. It says investors can easily register and log in, with past clients needing to re-register for continued access. Sagicor also says investors can browse available IPOs, review details and prospectuses, and apply for featured offerings. Overseas, British artificial intelligence AI chip firm Graphcore, once considered a potential rival to market leader Nvidia, has been bought by a Japanese conglomerate, SoftBank. SoftBank has not disclosed how much it paid, but it is thought to be considerably less than the £2 billion the UK company was valued at after a financing round in 2020. Graphcore head Nigel Toon told the BBC it was a tremendous endorsement of his team. However, the deal is likely to raise questions about the UK's ability to develop firms which can take on the biggest players in the booming AI chip market. In foreign exchange trading now, the Jamaican dollar has lost 1 cent and will open trading today, selling for an average $157.47 against the benchmark US dollar. The Jamaican has lost 68 cents and will open trading this morning, selling for an average $115.40 against the Canadian. And finally, the Jamaican has lost 1 cent and will open trading today, selling for an average $201.91 against the British pound. That's it for business this morning.
For all your musical needs, visit the Music Mart, the most complete music store in Jamaica. Telephone 876-960-7712. The time brought to you by the Music Mart is
6:32.
Get ready for graduation with Sammy's Shoes. Expect stylish yet conservative outfits for young men and women. Now available at unbeatable prices. Sammy's has 5 locations across Kingston and St. Catherine. Shop 8 Premier Plaza, Halfway Tree. Shop 66 King Street, Kingston. Shop 23 Boulevard Supercenter, 10 Cumberland Road, Spanish Town. And Shop 5A Sovereign Mall, Portmore. Looking smart shouldn't make you broke. Call Sammy's at 876-433-1519 for more details.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8 Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10 or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales for a better choice in the electrical business.
Guard against mosquito-borne diseases. Following the passage of Hurricane Beryl, members of the public are reminded to be vigilant in order to prevent mosquito-borne diseases such as dengue. Here are some tips to help you. Search around the home for places where water may have settled and clear them. Use insect repellent containing DEET. Use mosquito nets. Use mosquito destroyer. Put screens on windows and doors. Avoid places with standing water or garbage piles. For further information, please contact the Health Emergency Operations Center at 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683.
Attention all commuters! Your JUTC fares just got lower. Use your Smarter card today and pay only $50. Yes, only $50. Travel safe and hassle-free with the JUTC using your Smarter card. But wait, there's more. Get 3 free rides with your first Smarter card top-up before May 31. With your Smarter card, paying your fare is easier. Say goodbye to coins and hello to hassle-free travel. Don't miss this opportunity when you travel with the JUTC, your route to excellence. Conditions apply.
Somewhere tonight is the right
I'm your pusher man. Ain't I clean, bad machine, super cool, super mean, feeling good for the man, super fly, here I stand, secret stash, heavy bread, baddest bitches in the bed. I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man. Silent life of crime.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance.
Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against the white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean, gangster white wall, TV antennas in the back.
Oh my God!
Good morning!
Tyler, we are overheat.
Yeah.
Overheat!
Good morning to
God.
you. You're tuned in. Yeah, this is Nationwide this morning. NTM, the big show, putting you in a happy mood, in a groove to begin your weekend. Happy Friday to all of you. It is Friday, July 12, 2024, and I see the YouTube chat burning up. So many comments. I'm sure for a lot of you, George, more so than me, is entertaining you this morning. He is grooving.
Donna, let me tell you, it's music like this.
Mm-hmm.
You see that album Superfly, Curtis Mayfield.
Yes.
It deserves to be in a special building by itself. It's about music.
Mm-hmm.
It is not, forget the lyrics, and the lyrics are out of this world.
just the arrangement, the instruments, the sounds, the things that went into the rhythms and everything.
Yeah.
And then the story, and then the film, which, I mean, you rarely have films as big as the soundtracks. You usually have one bigger. So the film famous and the soundtrack. Oh yeah, you associate the soundtrack with the film. But this is a masterpiece by itself, and the film was so epochal. And I'm not stressed. I'm not overblowing it.
Yes, gotcha.
Yeah, but boy, man, boy, you know, I said no, right? But they not write tune like them again. Why we stop write tune like? Why would they write tune like them? You hear that? You diamond in the back. You just listen to that and you just gone to one place.
Yeah.
No, man, I don't know.
So smooth. I saw somebody not long ago saying John Brown said money pull up.
No, man, Mr. How does, and then let's just give credit where it is due.
Mm-hmm.
How does Mr. King, we're not going to say where he's playing the music from, because we're not give away a secret.
Mm-hmm.
But how he managed to play it from there and mix it?
Yeah.
The man bad.
He is the musical maestro.
Yeah, the man mix the tune them. The man, how you move from, you mix, Brethren.
Catherine says the quote-unquote stolen mangoes have George moving away.
On the point of mangoes. Listen. So I'm conflicted as to who to quarrel with this morning. I'm not going, I was getting ready in my head, Tana, to quarrel with the people who are sell 6 East Indian for $3,000. But I'm not going to quarrel with them. I'm going to quarrel with the people who buy them. People, no. No. What I'm saying in the streets, the person that will buy the mango, they will need to come down. No. Don't have to come down now, man. It's not sensible. Which human being is going to buy 6 East Indian? First of all,
a Kingstonian.
And that's the problem. These people who born under the clock, yeah, and believe that East Indian is, oh my God, is God's gift. Just as I said, people think that East Indian, what is the snapper fish, all of those things. As I said, I've said here before, snapper is just regular fish to those of us who are from places where whole heap of fish come in. You understand? The old Abba Bay people the people from out St. Anne or Runaway Bayside, snapper is just regular fish. It's nothing special about it. But town people like, oh my God, snapper. And it's the same thing with East Indian. We play ball with East Indian, use East Indian, play cricket, this, that. Mm-hmm. And you're saying 6 East Indian and 3,000? No, I'm not knocking your hustle, you know. Because if you're fighting fool for exploit, you exploit them. But you see what inflation do? Mm-hmm. You don't, nobody, I guarantee you that not one man or woman out there selling East Indian mangoes plant the tree. You know how long East Indian tree take for grow? To maturity? To produce the yield where you can pick enough to go sell? You don't water it, you don't fertilize it, you don't do nothing. Them grow, you pick them and you sell them for $3,000 for 6. And then people buy them. God, doctor prescribe East Indian food. No, seriously.
Erica says she walks away and then she says a foreigner buy them too.
Which foreigner? Jamaicans, the uptownists. Yeah, and as they say, the Kingstonians.
Yeah.
Why would I buy one mango for $500?
Yeah.
One mango?
I'm not doing it.
Tana, when you go country, the real way, and a man have an East Indian tree, a man give you as you say, a scandal bag. What they are, the scandal bag. Give you a bag, you know, the cheap brown bag. Give you a bag of that. Then take go on. What? People, stop it. When you stop buy them, then we stop sell it for that. Me I blame those who sell me, I blame those who buy. Don't be foolish. Do not buy it.
I'm trying to understand this. Humroy Jones says, no, George, I pay $6 per pound in New York. So I don't mind buying 6 for $3,000.
6 per pound. Oh, so he weighs them. I think they sell them by the weight on the beam balance scales in the supermarket. So, I don't mind you because you're there foreign. I can't understand. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't mind a foreigner, you know, longing for East Indian and say, boy, what is $3,000 for part with for 6 mango? Yeah. But those who live here, don't stop it, man. Play a tune, mister. Play it, man. You know who this? You know who this? You know who this?
Ain't
This is a guy called Bobby Bland. His nickname was Blue. Bobby Blue Bland. Play a Bobby Bland. One of my favorite songs.
When you were mine, oh, I was feeling so good. 'Cause your love lit up this whole neighborhood. But now that you're gone, you know the sun don't shine from the city hall.
And as we play this kind of music, listeners, remember,
In the heart of the city, ain't no love in the heart of town.
this is why the people must sell the mango them son here. Why?
Ain't no love, and it sure is a pity.
Tell them again, Bobby Blue.
Ain't no love, 'cause you ain't around.
Yeah, man, I have no love in the heart of the city. With no love for the fellow Jamaicans at all. Anybody will sell the mango them $3,000 for 6, or they must go down. No. Anyway, tune into the Mayor's Parlour on Sunday to hear Desmond Mackenzie imagine himself to be George Davis and play some wicked tune from 1 o'clock till him say when. Cause Desmond not a discipline, you know. Desmond just play a tune whole day ago. Sometimes I'm mad for call him. What are they? Sometimes I'm mad for call him and say, well, you don't think you. Anyway, listeners, them don't want him stop play. So we're just previewing the Mayor's Parlour, yeah? Sunday from 1 o'clock until you say when, yeah? Before that, Desmond him play a tune till midnight. Alright? Yeah.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6:50.
Is there a small business person in your community making a big difference? Do they inspire you and others? How are they helping? Let the Supreme Ventures Foundation know who is your Supreme Community Hero. Nominate yours and we will select 5 community-based businesses to receive a grant to invest in their business and in the community, plus entrepreneurial training. So, who is your Supreme Community Hero? Visit sv-foundation.com to nominate your Supreme Community Hero now. Nominations close July 26.
Guard against mosquito-borne diseases. Following the passage of Hurricane Beryl, members of the public are reminded to be vigilant in order to prevent mosquito-borne diseases such as dengue. Here are some tips to help you. Search around the home for places where water may have settled and clear them. Use insect repellent containing DEET. Use mosquito nets. Use mosquito destroyer. Put screens on windows and doors. Avoid places with standing water or garbage piles. For further information, please contact the Health Emergency Operations Center at 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683.
The Ultimate Drag Racing Showdown, Automotive Art presents Valvoline Drag Rivals from July 19th to the 21st at Vernon Field in Clarendon. Come witness the Island Boys' 7-second civic attempt to reset their own record. Experience the thrilling showdown of supercars, and for the first time, Saturday night racing in a Vernon Field. General admission at 3,000, kids under 12 free all weekend. Valvoline VIP grandstand 6,000. Don't miss this epic weekend of drag racing as cars battle it out for trophies, cash prizes, and Valvoline deal and giveaways. Mark your calendar, you know. July 19th to the 21st, see you there. Race on the track, not on the road.
Sweet Jamaica is now on the move.
All roads lead to the Jamaica College Auditorium this Saturday, July 13, for the Jamaica Festival Song Results Show starting at 8:30 p.m. 10 finalists, 10 great songs, but there can only be one winner. The Jamaica Festival Song Results Show, Jamaica College Auditorium, Saturday, July 13, 8:30 p.m. Admission free. Festival nice again.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute is brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence.
$6:52 on this, well, 6:53 now on this festive Friday. Ludlow McLean is on the streets. Ludlow, what's up?
Morning, George. Morning, Tony. Morning, listeners, motoring public or visitors. Morning time. It's it's some. I'm noticing it's mainly cloudy, but some blue skies are up there. and all different descriptions. But just to tell you that it's still, the roadways are not too bad at this time. Just look at the intersections, that's where you're going to find some traffic, but the major ones like 6 miles to 3 miles via Spanish Town, it's moving, and it's the same thing along the boulevard. Even going beyond that, the Mandela Highway, and even coming out of Portmore, if you're on Municipal Boulevard, and you're coming from the Dyke Road, or any of these roads, Grange Hill, Grange Lane, it's pretty good going. And if you decide to use the toll exiting on the other side, it's pretty good movement all the way down to Marcus Garvey Drive. And I would say in the corporate area, it's still good going. If you're the heaviest areas I notice is always in that Half a Tree area, because vehicles are coming from different angles. South Oden Avenue going on to Half a Tree, going on to Constance Spring Road, then onto Half a Tree Road, then Southern Mayor Road going on to Hope Road. And, those areas are not too bad at this point, but it's building all the time. As I remember, schools are out, so you're not going to have that amount of traffic at this time until later on in the course of the morning. All right. George?
Yes, sir.
One East Indian for 500.
Yes.
So what's the COP? The cost of production? What's the cost?
Zero, sir, because they just pick them and move.
Do they mulch? Do they...
Mulch what? No, sir. No hydroponic farming around the East Indian tree.
Why I tell you, is it because of the name, the brand?
Supply and demand, man. It's demand. They know that you're not frightened for the mango, them not low, so they just jack up the price to them.
Anyway, if you said $20, they would not buy it.
Well, you have enough US, so it's alright. Alright, Lolo, thank you for that. Here, Linda Ming in the chat, Tana. The East Indians on sale only look pretty. They are fluxy.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute was brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence.
Your word of the day spells INCONTROVERTIBLE, spelled INCONTROVERTIBLE.
Incontrovertible. Incontrovertible. Incontrovertible.
One you're familiar with, incontrovertible. It's an adjective, a descriptive word, and it simply means not open to question. Indisputable is another synonym. Incontrovertible is your word of the day. First recorded between 1640 and 1650. A quick sentence for you. The scientist presented incontrovertible evidence that supported her groundbreaking theory. That's your word of the day, incontrovertible. You guys. Up next, your features at the top of the hour, the news.
Let's talk about the ways you can best ready your body and mind when you're trying to conceive. In Parenting Tips today, how to prepare your body for pregnancy. Here are some of the steps to consider. Catalog your family history. Your family's health issues can become your health issues, or at least play a part in the way your doctor addresses your questions about fertility. Certain hereditary cancers like breast cancer, ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, and uterine cancer can impact fertility. Other health issues too may have an impact, such as diabetes, hypertension, or blood clotting disorders. Start tracking your ovulation. You might not yet know much about your fertile window, the time of the month when you can get pregnant. Enter ovulation tracking, which can be done through various methods. For example, phone apps. Start taking prenatal vitamins. The best time to get in the habit of taking a prenatal vitamin is before you're pregnant. Prenatals help sustain and nourish both you and eventually the little life growing inside of you. Get a handle on your stress. There's a lot of value in stress reduction that can impact your overall well-being, which can affect your fertility. High stress levels can also have a direct impact on your menstrual cycle. This can cause you to stop having a period or even to have your period too often, which can affect your ability to get pregnant. Optimize your diet. If you've been meaning to up your eating habits, now's the time to revamp them. Try embracing a diet that trends toward lower carbohydrate intake, increased intake of protein and healthy fats, lots of fruits and vegetables. Quit smoking. Smoking is a known risk factor for infertility. Anything we take in, such as cigarettes or marijuana, goes into the bloodstream and transits through the body. All of the compounds in cigarette smoke end up deposited throughout the body, including the ovaries. Scale back on caffeine. Try limiting yourself to no more than 2 caffeinated beverages, including coffee, tea, and soda, per day when you're trying to conceive. Talk to your doctor about your medications. A range of medications can affect your ability to conceive and can have an impact on your fetus once you become pregnant. If you're trying for pregnancy, review your prescription medication list with your physician and ask, do any of these have any impact on pregnancy? That's it for parenting tips. Until next time.
Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.
If you have a hectic schedule and barely get much sleep, I can imagine the bags under your eyes. Let's review a few things you can do. Hi, I'm Tana, and these are your lifestyle pages. Reduce your salt intake. Water will travel from the parts of your body that are low in sodium to the parts that have. The area around your eye is a prime example. That's why a dinner loaded with salt will result in a morning after puffiness. Sleeping on your side or stomach, gravity will cause fluid to collect under your eyes. Try to sleep on your back and add an extra pillow under your head. Ladies, remove your eye makeup before snoozing. It can make your eyes water and cause a case of morning after puffiness. Still swollen? Try chilling them with slices of cucumber or tea bags. I'm Tana. Catch you next time.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
From Negril Point to Morant Bay, a little kindness can go a far way. The time by the Jamaica Information Service is...
News time, 7 o'clock.
If you need to build it, plumb it, weld it, pave it, or power it, National Supply has it. Get the best brands for the job at Jamaica's Industrial Hardware Superstore, Kingston or Bay. The temperature by National Supply is
28 degrees Celsius in both Kingston and Montego Bay.
The most credible news in the morning. The news at 7 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Coming up in the news this morning, Friday, July 12, 2024, taxi operator seen driving his vehicle from a passenger's lap is facing a raft of charges. Tourism Minister says 55,000 visitors have come to the island since Hurricane Beryl, and school associations call for urgent funding for Beryl repairs.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. A taxi operator who was seen on video sitting in a passenger's lap as he drove the vehicle has been charged. In the video, a caption read that the taxi was transporting passengers from Portmore in St. Catherine. According to the Transport Authority, the driver was transporting 11 passengers in a vehicle meant for 4 plus the driver. The driver has since been charged with dangerous driving, operating with excess passengers, and operating contrary to the terms and conditions of his road license. He's also charged with operating without insurance coverage, a Transport Authority badge, and for not wearing the required uniform. The license plates on the motor vehicle have been seized. The driver has since apologized for his actions.
I'm the driver that was in the viral video, being sitting in a passenger's lap, which it was a careless and reckless act. I'm here with the Transport Authority. I'm apologizing to the nation. I'm letting you all know this is not a regular occurrence and this is something that will never happen again. I'm apologizing to one and I'm apologizing to all. Please accept my apology.
That's a taxi operator who was seen driving his vehicle while sitting in a passenger's lap. The Transport Authority's Managing Director Ralston Smith says he's considering other action against the driver in accordance with the suspension and revocation policy. He's reminding operators of public passenger vehicles that they have a duty of care to all road users. The number of roads across the country that sustained damage from Hurricane Beryl has increased to 578. That's according to the latest update from the National Works Agency. Of that number, the agency says 345 have been reopened to full access. Another 215 are only open to single-lane use. The NWA says 19 roads remain blocked due to major landslides, washed-out fords, and fallen GPS poles. According to the agency, the majority of the roads fully cleared for access are in Clarendon. Prime Minister Andrew Holness recently disclosed that over $10 billion worth of damage has been done to the nation's roads. Works Minister Robert Morgan notes that repairs to the affected roads will take some time.
We have to look at the block roads that are in St. Thomas. We have to look at the roads in and around Clarendon from the north to the south that have been damaged and see what we can do quickly to give people some respite. We know that back to school is coming, which is a high traffic period, and we have to make sure that our taxi drivers and our regular residents have reasonable access to their communities and to their businesses. There's going to be a lot of work over the next couple of months in restoring some of the roads. I mean, to be honest with you, it's going to take some time from a work perspective to recover from Beryl as the devastation was so expansive.
Minister Morgan says the government's road rehabilitation program, SPARK, will address some of the damaged roads.
Some of the roads that have come up in the consultations that we've been doing over the last several months, I think we're now at about 30 constituencies and we're about 300 odd roads that have been suggested by constituents. Some of those roads have been damaged or made worse. So obviously SPARK will address some of those roads. SPARK process continues. We are now at the procurement stage where the enterprise contractors will be bidding on the 4 packages across the island. Their bids are due, I think, late this month to early August. So that process has not been stalled whatsoever.
Robert Morgan, Works Minister. Jamaica welcomed 55,000 visitors to the island in the days following Hurricane Beryl. Tourism Minister Ed Bartlett made the disclosure while addressing the opening ceremony of the Christmas in July trade show on Thursday.
July 2nd and 3rd, 0 tourists came to Jamaica. 0. When I looked at the stats, there was a dash on that day for arrival and a dash the next day. The 4th of July, we started receiving visitors again. And yesterday, we brought in a total in 6 days of 55,000 visitors.
Minister Bartlett says there has been no major fallout in the industry following the passage of Hurricane Beryl.
We're able to say to the world, you can come to Jamaica. I said that. 80% of our assets are intact and we are ready for you, so come. And they came. And they came because they had confidence in the promise that we made because of the integrity of that promise.
That's Ed Bartlett, the tourism minister. The 2-day Christmas in July trade show opened on Thursday at the National Arena. 205 artisans are participating in the event, which is now in its 10th year. The government is again being urged to fast-track funding to repair schools damaged by Hurricane Beryl. The latest call is coming from President of the Jamaica Association of Chairmen of Secondary Institutions, JAXI, Courtney Winter. Mr. Winter was speaking on Nationwide at 5 on Thursday. Mahiri Stewart has that story.
The Education Ministry is still assessing the damage to schools across several parishes severely impacted by Hurricane Beryl. The ministry's preliminary cost to offset repairs is close to $800 million. Courtney Winter believes the government should provide direct funding to schools that are in need of repairs and utility restoration.
I'm going to recommend and suggest to the Ministry of Education that whatever funds are available for repairs, that these allocations are made directly to the schools, and that the schools use the emergency procurement method to try to get their schools repaired before September. I would also recommend and suggest to the government to keep up the pressure on the utilities to ensure that even if schools are not fully ready, that there is adequate internet, electricity, and water at the schools.
Mr. Winter says the direct funding provided should also include some kind of accountability measure.
The Ministry of Education, on a normal course of business, get reports on the spend of every school. And I think that is done monthly or quarterly. So it wouldn't be any different. They would just have to put some accountability metric in place to ensure that those funds were spent as intended. I'm also confident that principals and board members of Jamaican schools are very responsible people, and they're anxious and eager to get their schools up and running. So that is the least of my problem. But the Ministry of Education can put some accountable metric in place to ensure that the funds were used as intended.
It's estimated that the cost of repairing schools damaged by the storm will increase in the coming weeks. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Leighton Johnson, has suggested that schools be insured against natural disasters. However, Mr. Winter disagrees with this suggestion.
We have about 1,000 public schools in Jamaica, and if I were to assume that the asset of each school is anywhere between $1 to $3 billion, we could be talking about insuring assets somewhere closer to $2 to $4 trillion. If I were to also assume that about 1% of that would be a premium to do such a insurance, we're talking about anywhere between $20 to $30 billion. So that's not a practical idea.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, Public Relations Officer for the Jamaica Association of Principals of Infant and Primary Schools, Paul Scott, says a disaster fund should be in place to help rebuild damaged schools. That's the suggestion from JTA President Leighton Johnson. Mr. Scott says it's a good idea.
Right now, at the primary and infant levels, we are not even receiving adequate funds for, basic educational needs. So I'm not even sure where that funds would come from to further insure schools. But what I do agree with, the sentiment going around, is to establish that disaster or emergency funds, if we want to call it, similar to what the Ministry of Finance spoke about earlier on. And that fund can be triggered when we have incidents of disaster.
Mr. Scott also stressed the importance of ensuring that the nation's schools are robust given their dual-purpose role as emergency shelters.
Schools across Jamaica are used as shelter, and therefore it is more than important for the government to establish that fund so that especially even schools that are used as shelter, those schools can get repaired first, for argument's sake.
Paul Scott, Public Relations Officer for the Jamaica Association of Principals of Infant and Primary Schools. President of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce, Simone Spence Johnson, says businesses in the parish are reeling from the damage done to the systems of the utility service providers by Hurricane Beryl. She was speaking last evening on Nationwide at 5.
The hit has been significant. When you prepare for a hurricane, you're preparing for the act itself, the storm coming, the winds, all of that. I don't think we're adequately prepared for the after effects of it. At least I know I wasn't, and quite a bit of the persons I've spoken to was really not prepared for what would come after. So we're talking about the loss of electricity, we're talking about no water, we're talking about no internet. It really has impacted businesses straight across the parish, and then coupled with the damages from the hurricane. So we're really trying to put the pieces back together now.
Sections of Manchester were among the areas of the country lashed by Hurricane Beryl as it passed along Jamaica's southern coastline last Wednesday. Mrs. Spence Johnson says the cost of the damage to businesses in the parish is still unknown as assessments are ongoing.
I wouldn't even begin to, I wouldn't even know what to tell you what figure that would look like, because we're still putting together losses where they occurred across the parish and with different business sectors as well. So I couldn't give you a figure. I would probably say maybe 70-75% of the parish has gotten back light. The main shopping centre area got back light today, which was a little surprising being that it's in the centre of the town, but it's been restored. So coming back, I would probably say maybe another couple of weeks. But then what we're looking at is that this is the start of the hurricane season.
Simone Spence Johnson, President of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce. And Mrs. Spence Johnson says the impact of Beryl should be a learning moment for businesses to adequately prepare for the remainder of the 2024 hurricane season.
I would say really the biggest need is for us to tune our mind as to how we can be adequately prepared for something that comes next. Of course, yes, they need funds and they need to get back, their business on target. But now that these facilities are back in play, that will help to turn the wheels again. But I think it's more of us shifting our mind to understand and putting things in place physically, making preparations to say, okay, if something like this happens next, a couple of weeks down the road, a couple of months down the road, how are we able to bounce back quickly? So I think that's the biggest need.
Simone Spence Johnson, president of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce. The Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark, has credited the country's public servants for Jamaica's removal from the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force, FATF.
And I was in Singapore at the end of June to receive the news that Jamaica had exited the grey list. It was a great experience and a fantastic achievement for Jamaica. And remember, our grey listing came during COVID, and the action plan never changed because we had the greatest crisis in our history. The action plan remained the same, and the public service had to deliver. But as soon as we get out of that, this burial, you understand what I'm saying? That is the life of a developing country, a small island development state. There is no breathing space. It is crisis on top of crisis.
That's the Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of the Homestead and McVickers Lane area in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Thursday and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Saturday. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain inside their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. And the St. Catherine North Police have listed several men as persons of interest. They are Zimroy Geddes, otherwise called Zim, Howard Narari Miller, otherwise called Howie, Jerome Cummings, a man known only as Rifleman, a man known only as Pow, Jevon Stevenson, otherwise called Fox, a man known only as Perry, Cleon Simpson, otherwise called Clancy, Jamar Downer, otherwise called Country, Andre Anthony McKenzie, otherwise called Shebby, Sean Boxer, otherwise called Balisha, and Mario Robinson, otherwise called Tola. They are being urged to report to the Spanish Town Criminal Investigations Branch by 6 p.m. on Friday, which is today, July 12. In a critical press conference meant to make or break his presidential campaign, Joe Biden spiritedly defended his foreign policy record even as he faced a barrage of questions about his mental fitness. And in another gaffe, Biden mistakenly referred to Kamala Harris as Vice President Trump. Biden offered extensive remarks on thorny foreign policy issues, including competition with China and the Israel-Hamas war, in which he said he warned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu away from an occupation of the Gaza Strip. He said he was directly in contact with Xi Jinping to warn him not to offer further support for Russia's war in Ukraine. But Biden, who's running to be president until January 2029, fielded an equal number of questions during the press conference on his mental fitness. It's an issue that has loomed over his campaign since a faltering debate performance against Donald Trump that he called, quote, that dumb mistake, end quote. Ultimately, it was a performance that supporters will probably say shows he is capable of handling his responsibilities as commander-in-chief, but it's unlikely to convince those already in doubt about his mental fitness that he can serve another 4 years in office. That's the news.
Sign up for the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free. The time by JN Money is
7:17.
More savings, more choices. Get active with Active Home Center. The one-stop shop for everything for your home. We have more savings, more choices, unbelievable prices. Wide selection with the latest style. The kitchen, bathroom, right down to the tile. Buy the hottest items on spot, don't miss out. Best options under one roof, no doubt. More savings, more choices.
Visit us in store or online at www.activehomecenter.com.
We have more savings, more choices.
At Design Privacy, we value relationships. Join our exclusive open DPO community and interact with privacy professionals. Share ideas, insightful challenges, and build career-boosting connections with expert advice at your fingertips. Get access to specialized tools, exclusive workshops, and case studies. Enjoy unparalleled networking. Join Design Privacy's open DPO community to expand your expertise and excel in your career. Visit opendpocommunity.com today and take your data privacy skills to the next level.
The best Burger King with the best tasting burger under the sun. You deserve the best. You are number one. Best. Flame grilling, juicy whopper, cause you deserve it. Yeah, next level, awesome. That's how we serve it. Mama menu done your way. You got the taste rules every day. Flame grilled goodness, you deserve it. Great taste, well done. More flavor, fresh Burger King, best tasting burger under the sun.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute is brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence.
Time now for Street Smarts 2 with Ludlow McLean. Good morning, Ludlow.
Morning, Mr. East Indian and West Indian. Listeners, morning time to you, and it's now bright and sunny, I would say, and you still have some clouds, but the roadways, I can tell you, motorists, normally at this time you find like places like Retirement Road, you could hardly go from Linders Road to get onto Retirement Road, and you could, Linders Road is so busy, Russell Road. But right now, all these roads are really moving good. Even going down to Studio One Boulevard is not too bad either. Then going further down, you go across to Slipe Road, good vehicular movement. You go around to Hero Circle, West Hero Circle, North Hero Circle, East Hero. All these areas are really, really moving good at this point in time. And if you're coming out of Vineyard Town via Marion Road to get on the South or Camp Road respectively, it's really pretty good going. But in saying so, you're still going to have some traffic uptown, like coming down Constant Spring Road, but it's still movement, good movement, even from Manor Park on to Oliver Road and to then to Shorter Road. A little bit of traffic, yes, on Waterloo, and the road that runs parallel, that's Kingsway, but it's nothing like what we are accustomed to. It's going to happen a little later, but so far, so good. It's a Friday morning. Yes, and it's bright and sunny. But go on to say as usual, at Street Smart, your safety is all concerned. George.
Yes, sir.
East Indian Mango, what is the cost of production? Why is it so phenomenal, the price?
But we just tell you, say, it's just demand. It's just the fact that people are willing to pay.
I tell you. So which one comes second, Julie?
No, man, Julie's cheap because Julie sells for $50 a one.
Okay.
But for some reason, the people who sell just believe that they'll get the price for, and they will when they sell it in certain areas. Yeah.
You used to get a lot out of St. Thomas. I don't know if it's what they, if the price is the same.
No, man, because you have huge, you have farmers with huge holdings in Hearties, especially. You have whole heap of East Indian. They don't sell them nowhere near that. Probably the vendor them get them $15, $20 a one.
I mark them up.
And go to and go sell it for $500 one. Or on the roadside. Yes.
Mark up the price. All right, George. Cool.
All right, sir. Thank you. That's that's a Street Smarts 2. Up next, front page.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute was brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence.
Front Page is brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. You're now tuned into our discussion segment, The Front Page. So, a transport operator who was seen on video sitting in a passenger's lap as he drove the vehicle has been charged. In the video, a caption read that the taxi was transporting passengers from Portmore, St. Catherine. According to the Transport Authority, the driver was transporting 11 persons in a vehicle meant for 4 passengers plus the driver. The driver has since been charged with dangerous driving, operating with excess passengers, and operating contrary to the terms and conditions of his road license. Joining us now for a discussion on that is the Managing Director of the Transport Authority, Ralston Smith. Good morning to you.
Morning, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us here.
Just before you go, Ralston,
this morning.
Sorry, Tony. I think we need to just play back the apology from the driver, just to set some context for the discussion.
The driver that was in the viral video being sitting in a passenger's lap, which it was a careless and reckless act. I'm here with the Transport Authority. I'm apologizing to the nation. I'm letting you all know this is not a regular occurrence and this is something that will never happen again. I'm apologizing to one and I'm apologizing to all. Please accept my apology.
That's the delinquent driver who was caught on video or seen on video driving with 11 passengers sitting in the lap of a passenger in the driver's seat while transporting all of those passengers. And he has now been charged, and you heard the apology there from him. Mr. Smith, was this brought to your attention by a citizen? Did the Transport Authority, see the video on social media, and what did you make of it when you first saw it?
Yeah, good morning again, Tana. Well, I think the authority got sight of the video via one of the social media platforms. And when we first saw it, we believed that this was really horrendous, that this was, a really dangerous act. And we were just in awe. As a consequence of that, we set about trying to locate and find, first establish who the driver of the particular vehicle is, and locate and find him. As a result of that, we had tasked members of our operations unit to be on the lookout for the vehicle, as also our investigative unit was also tasked in finding a particular driver. And early yesterday, during our operations committee meeting, we got wind that the driver was located, and hence the processing of his situation started.
So his route is from where to where? I know we said the passengers were from Portmore, St. Catherine. The taxi was transporting passengers from Portmore, St. Catherine. Where was he heading to? He transports them from Portmore to where?
From Kingston to Portmore. He's really a hackney carriage operator, and it was located downtown.
So he was operating contrary to his license?
In essence, he's a hackney carriage operator, so to load the vehicle and to carry a number of persons on a particular line of route is operating contrary to the license.
Mm-hmm. And has he ever been on the Transport Authority or the police's radar before now? Is he a delinquent driver? Is this a first offense? What have you been able to find or pick up on him?
Well, we do know that there are some outstanding tickets that he had, that he indicates that he set about clearing. What we can also tell is that he is not in possession of a Transport Authority badge, and based on that, he is not a trained driver.
Mm. And do you know how many tickets? You said there are some. About how many?
I don't have the numbers in front of me. I didn't delve into that. The police really treated with that aspect of it.
Was he confronted with the video? We're showing, just before you answer, Ralston, we're showing the footage to our viewers. So it's a passenger sitting somewhere in the vehicle. I wouldn't even say back, somewhere in the vehicle. And amazing. You know what I've seen already? I saw once a driver, so he loaded 2 persons on the front passenger seat, picked up another one, a third one. So he came out of his passenger seat, put her inside, so she sat with the gear stick between her legs, and then he sat beside her. So there were actually 4 persons across the front. I've seen that already. I've never seen, and I thought I saw everything, I've never seen a taxi driver sitting in a passenger's lap. and driving. Was he confronted with the video?
Yes, he was. He was, and he admitted guilt, and he did indicate that, well, his story is that this is a first round. We don't know whether or not that's so. It might have been a practice to the extent that he's so comfortable doing it. And he did indicate to us that he was ashamed of his own behavior and indicated his own willingness in putting out an apology.
That's the other thing I was going to ask you, if he was prompted or he volunteered to just apologize to the country for what he did.
He volunteered.
And so you say when he was confronted with the video, he didn't put up any resistance. He didn't try to hide the fact that he was the man in the video.
None at all. He indicated he was embarrassed about his own action and behavior, and told us that I asked him how is he proposed to rectify the situation, and indicated that he would want to offer an apology.
I've always wanted to ask this question because I've seen so many of these vehicles, Turner. I'm wondering if I missed something and if this is now legal. So I've noticed, MD, that several vehicles, especially the Honda Streams, now boast a row of seats in the trunk area. So they weld a row of seats and you open the door and you flip the usual seats and you walk around to the back. Then you flip is that legal?
All right, so most of those vehicles enter the country as 7-seaters. There was a time past when the Island Traffic Authority, being the competent body to determine seats in the motor vehicle, would nullify the set of back seats and reduce the seating for PPV purposes to 4. That decision was changed some years ago to allow 4 because the makers are saying that it was made to carry 6 passengers in that instance. And on account of that whole policy was revised. And I think for the most part they are issued 6, 7 seats on their fitness on the L form.
So the people in the, how do I say it, backmost or extreme back, either way you'll understand. So the people in the extreme back, are they required to also have a seat belt like every other passenger sitting in a seat except the middle seat in the back of the car?
No, not to my knowledge, but we could verify that with the ITA, but no. So, I think some of those vehicles have been configured, especially the 2 wing, what you call the wing seats on the end.
Yes.
Some of those are configured with seat belts.
All right.
There's any in the middle.
Yeah. So again, those cars that are 7-seaters, which come with 7 seats, I can understand that. What I'm saying, those vehicles who come with 2 seats at the front and a seat at the back for passengers, and then it's the trunk space. You're saying that where a person then goes and modifies that vehicle to put in an extra row of seats that the car didn't come with, that the manifest, the vehicle information when it is imported says 5-seater and it has more than the 5. You're saying that is legal or illegal?
No, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the Vaxes and those types of vehicles that come into the country at 7-seater.
Yeah, but I'm not talking those MD. I'm talking the ones that they because they see their colleagues with a 7-seater and they say, well, me nah lose out. You have put 7 passengers and me only have put 4. I'm going to put in a row of seats. So effectively, there's no trunk because there's a row of seats back there that they put in. You're saying this morning to Jamaica that that's not legal.
That is not at all legal, and the Island Traffic Authority would have issued on the certificate of fitness the number of seats for which the vehicle is allowed to carry passengers.
Well,
and as a consequence, the authority would now indicate on the road license the number of seats. And that is what we monitor from, and the police themselves would also ensure that the appropriate monitoring or regulating in terms of enforcement of seating accommodation is carried out.
Hear you on that. We're going to take the break and come back, MD. Don't go anywhere. We're talking to the Managing Director of the Transport Authority, the gentleman Ralston Smith. More after these.
Give up every illegal gun. Call the police at 119 or Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Ministry of National Security is
7:33.
Jamaica, Jamaica, it's here again. Phosphorage Super Summer Sale, July 1 to August 31. Come get your wires, breakers, solar flood lamps, LED bulbs, ceiling fans, and so much more. Call 876-937-5099 or visit us in Kingston, Mandeville, Draxall, and Montego Bay. Up to 60% off this summer. Get your solar panels starting from $17,600. Come shop, come save at Phosphorage Super Summer Sale, July 1 to August 31. See you there at Phosphorage. Open Sundays.
Treatment for drinking water. Following the passage of Hurricane Beryl, members of the public are reminded to treat their drinking water before consumption. Water can be treated by boiling or adding bleach. Here are some tips to help you. For boiling water, water that is boiled for treating should be heated until it comes to a rolling boil, where bubbles continuously come to the surface of the water. Allow water to boil for 1 minute. Cover and let cool. Store water in a clean covered container. For adding bleach, you may also add 3% or 5% household bleach, not bulk bleach, to treat drinking water. Add 2 drops of bleach to 1 quart of water. Mix well and leave for 30 minutes before drinking. For further information, please contact the Health Emergency Operations Center at 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683.
Speaking with Managing Director of the Transport Authority, Ralston Smith, because the Transport Authority and the police are taking action against a driver who, unbelievably, well, we believe because we saw it with our own eyes, he was filmed operating a motor vehicle with 11 people on, not 11 people, it would be 12 because he would make 11 passengers in a taxi. It's not a bus, 11 passengers. And to make space, he placed a lady in the driver's seat, then sat in her lap and drove that vehicle from Portmore or from Kingston to Portmore. That's what he did. And the authorities have caught him. He was most penitent and apologetic in a video that he volunteered to record and share with the country to say that he was sorry, he recognized that he did wrong. But nevertheless, the Transport Authority have to follow the law and they have taken action against him. Mr. Smith says they're going through the book to see what else they can charge him with, and the police are also doing their bit. Are you there, Mr. Smith? Morning again?
Morning again.
All right, good. All right, so just one more thing on this taxi operator before we ask you related things. The vehicle that he was operating was licensed to carry how many people?
A 7-seater Voxer.
Okay, so him add 4 extras. All right. So I've long wanted to ask this as well. And I was just given a call by a senior law enforcer to ask the judge, make sure you ask Mr. Smith this. Those taxi drivers on certain routes in the corporate area that make commuting hell, always on the wrong side of the road, Mollines Road, I can bring you down there any evening from 3 p.m. to 6:30. They take over the opposite lane. You have to drive off the road to give them space. Red Hills Road is a taximan's paradise from morning till night. Everybody who uses Red Hills Road complains and they say, why can't the Transport Authority curb this behavior with enforcement? What is causing the Transport Authority to almost ignore these mad drivers and cause the public to be severely inconvenienced, lives at risk, or property because our motor vehicles are property at risk because of marauding taximen who seem to have the freedom of the road? I put that issue to you this morning.
All right. That was a very narrative to say that the Transport Authority ignores this kind of practice by some of our drivers out there. No, the Transport Authority does not ignore this kind of practice. The Transport Authority works closely with the police on many of our operations to cauterize behaviors of this particular kind. The truth is, however, some of these moving violations do not fall within the purview of the authority, and these are matters for which the police alone can prosecute: reckless, dangerous, and careless driving, which is some of the atrocities being committed out there. So the police, I can tell you, and we work closely with ACP here, Mackenzie and Superintendent Watson, are acutely aware of this particular practice, and there have been a number of operations set up out there. And that is why it's the inspectors or transport authority inspectors and the police along certain corridors and main trunk route is really to cauterize this particular behavior by way of presence. Because so long as you occupy a certain space, then of course the practice of what you want to call poor, bad, or mad driving would.
So give me a practical example of something that happens on the road that people would say the transport authority should take action, which is really the police's purview. Give me an example.
Traffic, driving on the sidewalk, running the red light, those offences fall strictly within the purview of the police.
Oh, you didn't know this before, Tana?
I did not.
No, I thought the transport. You're informing us this morning, Mr. Smith, because I thought that was the purview of your team.
I know there's that misconception that exists out there, and that is why I work so close with the police. And I want to say that both ACP Mackenzie and SP Watson are to our strength. As a matter of fact, they were part of the meeting with this operator yesterday. And I want to commend the Transport Authority team that really commanded this operator. Very quickly, we got the information, we put it out yesterday morning, and by about 9 o'clock, the operator was apprehended, brought to the office, and we had the meeting there with ACP Mackenzie, SP Watson, and the appropriate notices and summonses were prepared and served on it.
What though, Mr. Smith, of the passengers? People who continue to go into these taxis, see taxi operators putting two more persons beside them in the front row, plus the driver, and still remain in these taxis. And for example, like the lady that would have been in this taxi, who the taxi driver sat in her lap. What of the passengers? Is there any actions taken against the passengers? What's the word to the passengers?
Well, no action was taken against the passenger in this particular instance, but we want to encourage and advise.
Can any action be taken against the passenger?
Not in this particular instance, and that is why I'm saying we are still studying the case before the police and ourselves. I don't want to jump to say yes or no. We are still studying the situation to see what if anything can be done. The other thing would be probably some challenges identifying and locating the passenger. So if you didn't stop them in transit and identify the passenger at the point in time, there are some nuances and challenges George would want to probably explain on that a little. But we are looking at the entire situation to see what, if anything, else should and can be done.
Yeah. So this video was posted on TikTok and other social media platforms, and so everybody could see. But how about the secure line that the TA has for persons to send these instances of bad, reckless, mad driving to? And how many videos do you get through or contacts do you get through this portal? Do people reach out to the Transport Authority and share these things with them directly?
Well, this particular video never came to our platform. And like I said, we saw it on social media. And that is why we continue to push and promote the Transport Authority's WhatsApp line, which is 876-551-8196. And we're asking the public to share this kind of information with the Transport Authority or to call 926-8912. And report these kinds of incidents to the Transport Authority so that the appropriate action can be taken. We will be going on a drive, George, just to ramp up our social media presence and to ensure that the community and operating public are aware of the Transport Authority social media handle.
And you see the difficult situation now, Tana, is that Ralston Smith and his team don't want to stress the prosecution of passengers because you want the passengers who are witness to these things to be able to share the information with you so you can nab the driver. So it's a balancing act.
But the thing is, George, we're not speaking of those passengers who, like for example, the people that were sitting in the middle row.
Yeah.
They're legally sitting there.
Yes.
But for the person in the front row now, you see two people over in the passenger seat, plus sitting in the driver's seat, and the driver is sitting in your lap. It's persons like those who the risk that you're putting yourself and others in, and you sat there.
Yes.
Those are the passengers I'm speaking of.
Yes. Well, Mr. Smith, you have a job on your hands. Good work between the authorities to get this driver in, and I'm very thankful that he recognizes the wrong he has done. And some people would say, boy, since the man apologetic, go easy with him. But I would say throw the book. You have to do what you have to do. The law has to be followed. Thank you for your time this morning.
And I'd want to urge the public that their safety is your responsibility first, and you must do what you must to ensure that the drivers out there will obey the rule of law.
Excellent, sir. Thank you this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Ralston Smith, Managing Director of the Transport Authority. You know what I saw?
That's
once?
exactly the point.
Mm-hmm.
You know the importance of your safety and other people's safety, and then you sat there. I would never do that. Yeah. Listen, I remember when I was at UWI, George, and I had reason to take a taxi from UWI heading to Ligony. Yeah. And based on how the driver drove from UWI's back gate heading to Papine, dilly-dallying out of vehicles, especially in the vicinity of the hospital, I told him I was coming off in Papine. I'm like, I'm not going to sit in this vehicle all the way to Ligony because I've seen enough. I don't think I'll make it to Ligony sitting in this vehicle.
Yeah.
More people need to do that.
I've seen, I mean, as I said, this one is unique. I called some friends over yesterday and we were discussing the video. We're talking in our group and we were saying, we think so, we say everything in Spanish done. I go high school. We never see this yet.
Yeah.
I've seen a Suzuki Swift. A Swift can hold how many people, Jermaine? One driver, one passenger front, three at the back at most. Yeah? So that's 5 people. I've seen a Swift with 9 people in it, to the extent that when the driver, it was driving from the Spanish Town shopping center, the LOJ center, it was going to Brayton on a rainy night. The driver rammed up the Swift. The person who was sitting at the back on the right behind the driver, the door couldn't close. So he just put his arm through and just hooked the door with his arm. And that's how they drove from... It's funny, it's a joke. No, that's how they drove from the plaza to Brayton to let off and come back to Spanish Town. I've been in a car, and again, you're there half a tree, late, rain, whatever. It was like some football match I was coming from. We had played a pre-season game at Tinsapen, and hell from Tinsapen to get to 3 miles, and from 3 miles to half a tree, then another leg of the journey to Spanish Town now, and you couldn't get in a vehicle. And I went into a taxi. There were about 6 of us at the back, and I was beside this rather ample lady, let's put it that way. And Tana, when we reached Spanish Town, the driver had to come out to let me out. And when he opened the door, I fell out of the taxi because my whole body was numb. And when I dropped, I didn't feel nothing because my body numb, but that's the only way to get home. So the commuters listening to us are saying, you can't stay, don't have a car and whatever. I want to understand when you're out there wanting a cab to go home or to go to your business. You just have to just take what you get and pray for the best. That's a real thing we understand. But at the same time, where does decency start and stop? Where does the protection of your own life start and stop? How much are you willing to put to sacrifice to get to where you need to go? You may not get there.
And some of the passengers, I get that, but some of them are to be blamed for real because they go into what people are calling the shutter driver taxi. Yeah, and they want you to take 5 minutes on a journey that should properly take 20 minutes to get there. They want they want to go into the vehicle that they know is going to dilly-dally through traffic. Yeah, break every stoplight to get you 5 minutes to the particular destination that should take 20 minutes.
Yes, you are so right. So
and they sit down there and them laugh and everything is all good and well until the vehicle turn over and your family gets a call that unfortunately you died in a car crash.
You're right, because some of these people who deliberately, based on the time that they prepare to go to work, they don't hurry like other people because they know so well I can't late, because even if the taxi pick me up with 5 minutes to go to work, I'm going to get there in 5 minutes because I'm going to take someone's a driver who are going to run the road. Run off people off of the road. As I said to you,
boy, I see how they use filter lanes in the city, George, and oh my God,
Tana, people come over in your lane and the taxi man is abusing you, telling you about your mother and your this and your that, for you to come out of the lane that you are authorized to drive in. And I tell you what I do, I just let go the steering and just look on them. Because me now move, and then somebody
be not bullied.
Somebody who's kind in their lane lets them in. Because me now move. Yeah, man, if I park and drop the handbrake, me not moving, brother. Yeah. Break time.
Listen up, motorists. Speeding burns more gas. So slow down. The life you save may be your own and also that of your loved ones. Slow down. Save lives and money. The time by the Insurance Association of Jamaica is
7:48.
At Hawkeye, our mission is to deliver cutting-edge security solutions to help you keep track of the things you value most.
The temperature by Hawkeye is
29 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 28 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay.
Your food tastes the best, it's true. Your food brings the best out of you. Tasty meals packed with style, satisfying, makes you smile. Cream rises to the top, it's true.
Your Foods, sour cream and cream cheese spreads in supermarkets island-wide. Make your best even better.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales for a better choice in the electrical business.
Outperform, outlast. We top performance. Jackama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Fancy select tools, free parts and free repairs. 3 parts, free repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
I pursue opportunities.
I prepare for opportunities.
I plan for opportunities.
With Sagicor e-Invest, you can prepare, plan for and pursue IPO opportunities. Browse IPOs, review IPO details and prospectuses. Select and apply for a featured IPO. IPO with Sagicor e-Invest. Think wealth. Visit sagicor.com.
Back with us on the front page, Tona 2 Music My in the chat says, George, a regular thing for Portmore taxi drivers to sit in passenger seat. Coming from downtown, that same driver not driving unless you have 12 or 13 passengers in the vehicle.
13. Wow.
But
pack like sardines.
Yeah, but as I say, listen, people
let me know. Why would I go into that vehicle?
But Tona, hold on, that's the point. People know right from wrong. But I'm telling you, when you are out there in the Gideon, waiting, and the vehicle come and you run to the vehicle, and then you realize the vehicle is overcrowded, most people say, you know what, Father God, believe it the rest of you because me now come out. There you go. Because remember, most people don't say, 11 minutes, I'm going to make 12, Yeah. You run to the vehicle and you squeeze in, and then you realize, right, as much as we know.
I really do understand.
So it is a real thing, man. I tell you. Hey, I don't know any Jamaican who used to take bus to school or taxi who don't have some story to tell. Especially the ladies, the girls go through some things with the dirty man them on the bus. Beg your pardon, to be using that kind of language on the morning program. But I used to grieve for schoolgirls. The abuse and assault that you went through in the pack taxis and the pack up bus them. We boys know we used to appear badness them chuck but we poor. We always survived, Mr. King. I don't know, but we survived. But it's a hell of a thing. It's an ordeal. You saying, Michelle? I'm not hearing Michelle.
Yeah, but we are going to our next scheduled
JS
segment with the JS, with the more than $1 billion price tag in damage caused to agriculture by Beryl. The 70th Denby Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show is in jeopardy, And the question is, will the show go ahead as planned? We're being joined by the president of the Jamaica Agricultural Society, JAS, Lenworth Fulton. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Nationwide this morning. Mr. Fulton, what's the word? Will Demby, the agricultural show, go ahead, or will it be put on pause for this year and return next year?
Well, let me tell you, it is the most unlikely. But the final decision on Denby Show is a cabinet decision because the Denby Show is a national program. So it's not something that we can get up and make the final determination of until the cabinet meets. But with the damage on the ground, our pavilions, our various structures at Denby, plus the damage to our farmers throughout the length and breadth of Jamaica, I don't think it would be a wise move to go and uproot them from their restorative work now to get their production back online and to take them to a show which will take them a whole week away from their production. And to move livestock from one farm to the next, to the Denby and so on. It will be most unwise, unsafe, and insensitive. So I would say definitely we won't have the show this year.
Wow. And they're saying the showground, would you say it has suffered significant damage? Explain a bit more what damage has been suffered on the ground there.
Many of the roofs of the structures are on the ground. They are blown away, the drinks are gone, and all kind of things have happened on that ground, which will take millions of dollars to repair. It's a 52-acre property, and the buildings, there are, cores of buildings on the ground, and they are damaged. Many damaged to the structures. And we don't have the money now. We would have to depend on government. And the government is taking the right position to say whatever money they have now must go towards the restoration of the farmers, not on a show. So we will have to put off the 78th show, and next year we will speak.
Tell me, Lenworth, the property when you come through the back gate, yeah, we on Jackson Road, where Glenmuir is. There is as you come through the back gate, there's a building that NEPA has charge of. I can't remember if it's a concrete roof or a zinc roof, but building damage and a lot of trees down that side. The trees were blown down. Give me an idea, an update on that.
Some of the trees were blown down and they leaked down the light post. The light post and burst up the line. So we'll have to go through them and do a lot of repair to the line.
Yeah.
And pick up a lot of poles that are falling.
Yeah.
We cut up these trees and move them out of the way.
And there was like a gully towards that back part of the park. I don't want to call it a gully, but there was a waterway that ran to the back of that. Yes. So I'm sure the place was flooded as well.
Yes, the place was flooded. And there's significant damage done in the whole of that area of Clarendon. Remember, Clarendon is one of the hard-hit parishes.
Yes.
And our building on the ground, they are all old. Most of them are over 50 years old.
Yes.
And so therefore we didn't have the money because that showground needs to be rebuilt.
Yes.
But we had done some estimate and
somebody reminded me it's Jackson Street. Yes, thank you. That's where down to the Glenmuir housing scheme. But so you're saying Demby 70? Oh, he's gone. I think his line fell. Yeah, Tana. So I know those trees well because one year when I was doing Demby, when I was at NEPA, in tandem with a lady called Shakira Azan, it was our job to label all of the trees because people coming want to say this is a so and so, this is a so and so. So we had to go count the trees. We never know if counting trees was or something, but I had to count them and enough tree. Then go to there's this plant facility at UWI that we went to get the name. So we carried a sample of the leaf and they went through this big book and say match it and say, oh, this is that. So then they printed the labels and go and nail on the label onto every one of the trees. So I know almost all the trees them down in the back section. And if Lenworth Fulton said down the mashup, if those trees are down, then the showground is going to look totally different. And now they're hot under normal circumstances. So if the tree breeze are gone, we're in for a warm time. So Lenworth, you're back with us. So Demby 70 look like it'll be Demby 71 next year.
I would think so. With 3 weeks to the show, we couldn't do the repair. And as I said, farmers are not in a position. We couldn't get exhibit for the show either.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in a good state in Jamaica right now. So, and to be frank, we can't be frolicking in a show when farmers can't put on their roof and their structures are all down. So I think we have to just go through this repair, then restore our agricultural sector. And then we can have a show after.
Yeah. And if Cabinet asked you for your direct recommendation, the direct recommendation would be what you just said to us.
Well, it's a national show, just like the National Gala and these things. So the Cabinet is deeply involved with these national shows. Remember, it's one of the few events that is set that you have a Governor General, the Prime Minister, a Minister, the leader of the opposition. So it's a real national program.
Yes.
Which is beyond the dictator, the decision of my board alone.
Yes.
We have to deal with the government in these national programs too.
Yes.
And just before we let you go, Mr. Fulton, on another matter, the JS held an annual general meeting yesterday, but it seems that general meeting was not supposed to happen. What's your position on it this morning? An injunction is in place in relation to having the AGM, but it was held.
It was held, but there were two positions. You follow the law and don't have it, which I follow the law. And you follow the minister letter and have it. So the question is, does a minister letter supersede the ruling of the Supreme Court? Well, that is what Mr. Wildman is going back to court this morning or Monday to test again in the Supreme Court. That the judge puts an injunction out there, and it was for good reason. The judge is saying to the Jamaica Agricultural Society, put a comprehensive audit before the court to determine where nearly 100 million is that cannot be found in the JAS. Up to the last audit that I signed off on last week covers only 4 years, some parts of these things, minimal part, and 10.52 million cannot be found. It's in the audit as a accrual. And I'm not going to say anybody steal the money. What I can tell you is that I do not have that money in the JAS account now to repair the damages at Denby and to give farmers few bags of fertilizer. We have to find the money. So all the ministry that is going on and blocking this audit and say they don't certify the audit or don't approve the audit, it's a dereliction of duty from the ministry and the minister, because the bylaw number 15 said the minister must authorize the audit. You know, say he must authorize it. So I'm leaving that whole issue up to the court. And I am not in anything to cover up any corruption anytime ever. Those who cannot account for the farmers' money must spend their time behind bars. That's what I'm saying.
So the matter in relation to the accounts and the money that cannot be accounted for, that matter is set to go to court when?
We should be back in court at the 19th of September. But because this was an egregious breach of the injunction, the lawyer which is dealing with that for the person who sued is going back to the court, to the judge, to say, see, they breach your order. What next should we do? So I can't preempt that, but I know it's going back to the court.
Mm. And a final one, Mr. Fulton, at the meeting yesterday, who attended from the JS?
Well,
from your executive,
about
was
30% of the board members who are on the side of illegality when most of us did not go. And there was no electoral commission there to conduct the election. And so they take up some people who are not registered members of the JAS and have no right to vote. What they did was to pick up anybody and put them on some buses and take them down there, where you call a rent-a-crowd. So they are not legitimate members. And by law, they can't vote. So even that make the election illegal. They don't have a vote. They are not registered member of the JS and fully paid up. But they just pick them up in every township and put them on bus and take them down there and tell them they are going to give them whole heap of food.
So a new president was elected.
Repairing the Denby now. Go in a one day frolic music and liquor. Not good enough.
A new president was elected yesterday, Mr. Fulton. Well, with the people that attended, they elected a new president?
They did elect the only person who was up for election, which has never happened in 130 years either. My second VP, Owen Dobson, was not elected. He was selected. And this is against the Constitution as well. There's a lot of things to trash out in court now.
Mm-hmm.
When saying that he has served the JS very well over the years. And I think with the support, he could be a president to do some good. But the method of putting him there is wrong.
Right.
And remember, the JS Constitution is a body of law you call the Jamaica Agricultural Society Act of 1941. So when you go before a judge, it's not only a JS Constitution before the judge. It's a body of law. It's a law. It's not like other constitution in Jamaica. This is a body of law.
Well, we'll know.
We'll
know. Listen for the outcome.
Breach the law.
Yeah, we'll know. Listen for the outcome, Mr. Fulton, from the matter that Mr. Wildman is now taking to court in relation to the meeting that was held yesterday against the Supreme Court's injunction on that. Lenworth Fulton, President of the Jamaica Agricultural Society. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, going to take a break for Across Jamaica.
Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales. For a better choice in the electrical business.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6 minutes after 8.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's Across Jamaica this morning.
In Across Jamaica this Friday morning, Esher Primary School in Hanover is the beneficiary of a fully outfitted smart room from the Digicel Foundation. The facility, which is equipped with technology devices such as laptops, tablets, a printer and smart screen, is a part of a program by Digicel to bridge the digital divide by providing students in primary schools across the island with access to cutting-edge technology. The objective is to provide a learning environment that promotes digital skills and prepares students for the challenges of the future. Esher Primary is the second institution in the Ministry of Education and Youth's Region 4 to receive a smart room under the initiative. The first was Anchovy Primary. Regional Director for Region 4, Dr. Michelle Pinnock, says the facility will benefit schools across the entire parish. Senior Operations Manager at Digicel Foundation, Jonianne McFarlane, says science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM education is the foundation upon which innovation is built. She says the foundation is keen on arming students with appropriate tools to excel and exceed their expectations in the digital age. The police are reporting that two teen girls from Clarendon, 14-year-old Elena Lindsay, otherwise called Bianca, and 14-year-old Kalicia White have both returned home. The girls were previously reported missing in separate incidents. Elena is of Palm Avenue, Newtown. Kalicia is of Havana Heights. Both girls are said to be in good health. The Southern Regional Health Authority says it has launched a comprehensive response to address the urgent health needs of affected communities in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, which severely impacted several southern parishes on July 3. The intervention began in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday, July 10, with a team of 120 health professionals, including public health inspectors, community health aides, health educators, and experts in food safety, vector-borne diseases, and water quality. Visits were made to the hardest-hit areas of the parish, such as Peter Plains, Southfield, and Treasure Beach, among other surrounding communities, to assess potential health risks and educate residents. The SRHA response operation continued in Manchester on July 11 and is set to be in Clarendon today, July 12. That's it for Across Jamaica. I'm Tawna Thomas.
Calling all fisher folk and aquaculture farmers. Now you can get your license quick, quick, quick. Log on to iRefins and check out the thing. Use your smartphone and click, click, click. Register, pay and get your license. Sign up for iRefins, cause real fishermen have them licensing of them on. Go to irefins.nfa.gov.jm or contact the National Fisheries Authority. iRefins is a joint project of the NFA and the Transformation Implementation Unit.
The best Burger King with the best tasting burger under the sun. You deserve the best. You are number one. Best. Flame grilling, juicy whopper, cause you deserve it. Yeah, next level, awesome. That's how we serve it. Mama menu done your way. You got the taste rules every day. Flame grilled goodness, you deserve it. Great taste, well done. More flavor, fresh Burger King, best tasting burger under the sun.
This is a public service announcement from the JPS. JPS is warning the public against making payments to impersonators offering to reconnect electricity for a fee. The company says not only is this practice illegal, but it also puts the lives of customers and JPS workers who are interfacing with the electrical infrastructure at serious risk. Please be reminded that every legitimate JPS worker will have their photo IDs and should never solicit payment to have lights reconnected. For updates on restoration, follow their social media pages at MyJPS Online. That was a public service announcement from the JPS.
Live exquisite this year with new arrival black and chrome fixtures for your home at Unique Living. Select from a wide variety of rain shower systems, fabulous faucets, and stylish sinks to suit your kitchen and bathrooms. Get uncompromised quality and style unique to you. Shop everything new at Unique Living, Jamaica's leading shower and faucets provider. Visit shop number 6, 30 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10, or call 876-755-3661 to 2.
I pursue opportunities.
I prepare for opportunities.
I plan for opportunities.
With Sagicor e-Invest, you can prepare, plan for, and pursue IPO opportunities. Browse IPOs, review IPO details and prospectuses. Select and apply for a featured IPO.
I-P-O.
With Sagicor e-Invest. Think wealth. Visit sagicor.com.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning, turning our attention now to the True Juice 5K. The True Juice annual 5K run walk is set to return for its 9th edition on Sunday, July 21, starting at 6:30 a.m. at the True Juice Orchards and Orange Groves in Bogwalk, St. Catherine. Building on the momentum of last year's event, organizers aim for a record turnout of 5,000 participants. Organized by Tradewinds Citrus Limited, the event will once again benefit the Linstead Public Hospital for the 5th consecutive year. For more on the event, we're being joined by Marketing Manager at Tradewinds Citrus Limited, Lauren Mafood. Hey to you, Lauren.
Hey, how are you doing? Good morning. Thank you
good.
for having me.
And thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. So talk to us about the 5K run event that's coming up.
So the True Juice 5K is happening on Sunday, July 21st, and it's not your typical road race 5K. Our True Juice 5K actually takes you through our beautiful True Juice orchards. So you're surrounded by our lovely orange trees. You can see the boardwalk fog rising in the early morning. You're surrounded by lush landscape. And the fun doesn't stop after the run or walk, because we invite you to bring a change of clothes so you can join us in the river and cool off and relax and unwind and have some fun. So it's a really true Sunday fun day, but it's supporting such a worthy cause because all proceeds are in support of the Linstead Hospital.
So I'm running through a big farm for...
Exactly. You're going up hills, you're going down little valleys. It's just a really special walk because there's no other 5K like it in Jamaica. So I would encourage everyone to come out. It's a beautiful way to start your Sunday morning, and invite your families, invite your friends, tell your company to sign up a team, because it's a great event. It's fun, and it's going towards the Linstead Hospital.
Right. And how can persons sign up?
So it's very easy to sign up. All you have to do is go onto our website, www.true-juice.com. And on the homepage...
Hold on. Could you repeat the website, Lauren?
Sure.
www.
True.
And that's TRU.
Yes. Dash juice, JUICE.com.
Mm-hmm.
And on our homepage, there will be a link to register for the 5K. Just click that link, and you'll have the option to sign up an individual, to sign up a team. And if you can't make it on July 21st, you also have the option to donate.
Okay. So just before going to the donation aspect, tell us the cost and the deadline for persons interested. By when should they sign up?
So we encourage all persons to sign up by Thursday, July 18th. And the cost to enter is $2,500.
So $2,500, guys. You have to sign up by July 18, and the website again at www.true. That's TRU-juice.com. So to the donation aspect of it now, Lauren, for persons who are not able to participate in the 5K run walk, they can also donate.
Yes.
And that's also available on your website.
On that same website, yes, exactly.
Just walk us through the process. If I go onto the website, what exactly am I looking for? Will I find it on the homepage? Do I have to click on something else?
On the website, it's on the True Juice website. As you open it on the homepage, you'll see an image of our True Juice 5K flyer. And it will say click to register. You're gonna just click the part that says click to register, and then it will redirect you to another page where you'll see sign up now, and then it will say individual registration, group registration, or make a donation. And you can click either of those options, whichever one you're planning to do, and you just fill out the form, or if you're donating, you just fill out the amount that you would like to donate to the account.
And talk to us about the beneficiary, Linstead Public Hospital. What inspired Tradewinds to select this beneficiary and continue to support this beneficiary?
Yes, so for the past, this staging of our True Juice 5K is actually our 9th staging. So next year is a big 10, so we're really looking forward to that. But for the past 5 years, we've actually partnered with the Linstead Hospital to donate the proceeds to them. And the reason for choosing the Linstead Hospital is because as a large manufacturing company in Bogwalk, we want to give back to our community. We strongly believe in giving back and, improving the lives of our Jamaican people. And the hospital is a critical facility in Jamaica, and we want to ensure that the Linstead Hospital is equipped with the resources to save lives and to support our communities. Not only does the Linstead community use the hospital, but it's situated on the highway where we know, accidents can happen. There's a lot of traffic in that area, and we want to ensure that the hospital is first class and reputable to all Jamaicans.
And just remind us, Lauren, how much you guys raised last year and how much you're looking to raise this year.
So last year we raised $3.6 million, which was the highest we were able to raise so far since having the 5K. Our previous 5K in 2019, we raised $1.2 million. We had to take a 3-year break because of COVID. So last year we were able to double the proceeds, and we want to be able to do that again this year.
And you also want a record turnout this year as well?
For sure. So last year we had about 3,000 participants, and this year we want to have at least 5,000. So I'm encouraging everyone to come out. I know, we just had the hurricane. A lot of people are focused on, relief efforts and, getting back in a routine. But I just want to say, it's a great way to unwind, to refresh, and, to, regroup. So take a mental health break. Come out and join us on Sunday, July 21st. And bring your friends, bring your family, because it's going to be a wonderful experience, and it's for such a worthy cause.
And just tell us again, after the 5K run walk, what persons your patrons can expect.
So after you're completed the run walk, we actually invite you into our river. So bring a change of clothes. You can cool off, relax, have a little swim. And we have a lot of sponsors on board. For example, Honeybun, National, Wisinco, so their brands Nature Valley, Yoplait. We also have Best Dressed Chicken. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to sample, get food, get beverages. So it's really a day to relax and enjoy with family, friends, or your team. So lots to offer. We're going to have, it's going to be great energy on the day, good vibes. And I couldn't think of a better way to start your day with a little sweat, knowing that you're contributing to the Linstead Hospital and Jamaica.
Absolutely. And just to remind us as we let you go, Lauren, the basic information, when, where persons can purchase their participation bands, all of that information.
Sure. So the True Juice 5K is happening on Sunday, July 21st in our True Juice Orchards in Bogwalk, St. Catherine. The warm-up will start at 5:50 a.m. The run will start at 6:30 a.m. and the walk will start at 6:35 a.m. It's $2,500 to enter, and you sign up on our website at www.true-juice.com.
Lauren Mafood, who is the marketing manager at Trade Winds Citrus Limited, talking to us this morning about True Juice's 5K run walk coming up on July 21. Lauren, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me, and a big shout out to Nationwide for being a sponsor of our 5K and helping us, spread awareness and encourage people to sign up, because without you, we wouldn't be able to share the word, and we're just excited to welcome everyone to our orchard. So I look forward to seeing the Nationwide team and all of Jamaica join us on Sunday, July 21st.
Absolutely, Lauren there. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Gonna take a break and come back with more.
Crisp and refreshing. Room temperature or chilled. A pure water would drink. The time by Pure Water is
8:21.
Is there a small business person in your community making a big difference? Do they inspire you and others? How are they helping? Let the Supreme Ventures Foundation know who is your Supreme Community Hero. Nominate yours and we will select 5 community-based businesses to receive a grant to invest in their business and in the community, plus entrepreneurial training. So, who is your Supreme Community Hero? Visit sv-foundation.com to nominate your Supreme Community Hero now. Nominations close July 26.
Presenting another finalist in the 2024 Jamaica Festival Song Competition.
Jamaica, Jamaica. It's your girl Trish Mack. My song is called Jamaica is a Big Brand.
Jamaica is a big brand. Oh, yo, oh, yo, yo. And we proud of where we come from. Resilient and we accent strong. Jamaica.
Jamaica Festival 2024.
Welcome back. Applicants for the 2024 Grade 6 Primary Exit Profile or PEP scholarships and grants will close Monday, July 15. Students who were successful in their PEP exams can apply for the opportunity to receive one of 17 5-year scholarships or 10 one-time grants from the JN Foundation Scholarship Program. To talk more about the scholarship program and how persons can apply, we're joined by Leader of Youth and Education at the JN Foundation, Shanna K. Wright Vaughan. Good morning, Shanna K.
Good morning, and good morning to you and your listeners.
Excellent. Good. All right. Put some pep in our step now. The JN Foundation PEP Scholarship, how is it accessible?
Okay, so the JN Foundation scholarships, they are accessible via our website. Right now, we have over 17, as you mentioned, scholarships and 10 grants. But then beyond that, we also are offering staff scholarships. So we do have that running as well for staff members. The website for applications is www.jnfoundation.com. Or persons can actually go to any one of our locations island-wide for assistance from one of our representatives in the branches.
What do you need to be successful in the scholarship hunt?
So first of all, they must have completed the 2024 Grade 6 PEP examinations. And they would have also need to have maintained at least an 80% average. This year, the highest possible grade for PEP is 400, so that would be about 320 out of the 400. So if there is a student island-wide, any parish, any community that would have scored above that amount, then we're asking them to definitely go ahead and apply. They also must have a relationship with the JN group. It can be a JN bank account, it can be a JN money service card, it can be a JNGI policy, JN life insurance policy, but at least the parent or legal guardian or the child must have a relationship with the Jamaica National Group.
So those who don't have that relationship are ineligible.
At this point, that's correct.
That's fine. All right. So how do so children of JN staff, are they eligible to apply?
Yes, they are, but that is a separate application process than the one that is now on the public website.
Okay. You mentioned a scholarship for JN staff.
That would be the PEP scholarship for children of JN staff members. So in total, we're offering close to 50 high school students with the opportunity of being JN scholarship recipients and grant recipients. So you would have mentioned the 17, that would be 3, 1 per county, and then we have 14, which will be 1 per parish. Then we're offering another 22 children of JN staff members, and we're also offering 10 grants. So the JN Foundation is offering quite a number of families with opportunities to get some assistance, as they head back to school.
Yeah, I can see some of the parents saying, all right, so we get the scholarship, so what would do if we get the grant? How does the grant part work out now? What's the relationship between that and the scholarship?
The grant part works the same way as the scholarship. So what we found over the years, and let me tell you, the JN scholarship program has been going on for 41 years, right? And so what we found is that there are some parents that their children have done absolutely well in the examinations, but we are not able at the time to support them for the 5-year scholarship.
Yes.
And so through the kind support of our member company, JN Money Services Limited, they've come on board to offer the one-time grants, the 10 one-time grants. So this is the 3rd year that we're doing it, and we see where the students, they've performed well, but we're just not able to offer them the 5-year scholarship. And so JN Money Services is offering them the one-time grant. And they actually participate in our activities or scholarship awards. So their parents, and they get to come in and interact and everything, get their photos taken and all of that. It's just for a 1 year that they're getting assistance from us.
Excellent. So it's not that you can get the 5-year scholarship and get a grant at the same time?
No, you get one or the other.
Excellent. And you said that the JN Foundation has been providing scholarships for how long? 40 odd years?
41 years, since 1983.
How many children have you, students have you helped over the time?
It has been thousands at this point. Beyond the PEP level support that we've given, we've usually done as well tertiary support. Unfortunately, at this time, we don't have any local tertiary offerings. However, we do have some that are coming in the future. We do always say to persons, if you're in college, that you just stay tuned to our JN group pages for that information. But it has been thousands at this point.
Yeah, Shanna K. So what if a parent hearing you this morning, runs to a JN branch to sign up and perform and to establish some relationship with the JN group, can the recency of that established relationship form a basis for them to have their child apply for the scholarship?
Not for this particular staging. So if your child is currently in grade 4 or grade 5, now would be the perfect time to sign up for their accounts or for you as a parent to start a relationship with JN, because the criteria is that they must have a relationship with any member company in the JN group for at least 12 months. So it can be a child account, a parent account, or so on, but we have to establish as well some relationship with the Jamaica National Group.
Excellent. So which website, give me the website again that I go to apply and to see the criteria for the scholarship and the grant?
Okay, so if persons have access to social media, they can go to @JN Foundation. The website is www.jnfoundation.com. And if they're having any challenges, they can actually send us an email. It's scholarship@jngroup.com.
And we can WhatsApp anywhere?
Right now, we don't have a WhatsApp number, but our team is active on our email addresses. And also, if they call our customer care services, any of the JN customer care services numbers, they'll be able to assist that and to forward them to the necessary department.
Excellent. So you do know how to access information, the portal to the scholarship. Shanake, I want to thank you this morning for your time, and I know that you'll receive a flood of applications. I wish you had more grants, because I'm certain that there'll be some bright students who you won't quite be able to give the scholarship to, who you could give the grant to assist them, eh?
Yes, we're trying our best, and the applications close this Monday, July 15th, so we invite as many persons as possible who can still apply that they go ahead and do so.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
You have about 48 hours. There you go. Thank you very much for your time this morning. All the best.
Thank you so much. All the best to you.
Yeah, man. Lead Youth and Education at the JN Foundation, Shanake Wright Vaughan. The JN Foundation Scholarship Program, one of 17 5-year scholarships could be coming to your child. Yeah, 17 5-year scholarships they're giving away, one for each of the 14 parishes, and then one per county, making 17. Then they have 10 one-time grants for those students who fall just below the scholarship threshold. JN Foundation doing great things, and Shanake says 40 plus years giving back to the nation.
Eliminate the hassle of managing multiple medications that can be confusing. Thanks to Houghton's Pharmacy. Introducing RX Pack, a mobile app available in the App Store and Google Play Store. RX Pack is specially designed for you to order and manage your medications. Download today for free. That's RX Pack for better medication management. Call 876-RX-0-RX-RX or visit our website, HoughtonsRx.com, for more details.
Attention engine enthusiasts in Jamaica. Did you know that Lucalza Caribbean is the only authorized distributor of Chevron lubricants? Lucalza has been the trusted partner for Chevron lubricants in Jamaica for over 13 years, offering the full range of Chevron and Texaco products including Ursa, Haviland, Supreme, Delo, and more. For peace of mind and superior engine care, trust the Chevron lubricants portfolio, distributed by Lucalza Caribbean and their network of reliable resellers. Don't compromise your engine performance. Drive with Chevron. Drive with confidence.
Michael is online. Good morning, Michael.
Morning, George. Morning, Tono.
Morning to you.
George,
So wait, Michael. You sound like you want to sleep, sir.
No, man,
all right, cool. Outside, all right, cool.
Yeah, man, outside.
Active.
Yeah, man. First thing, George, Manchester United for life.
Yes, the man. Yes,
man. Yeah. 2 days ago, you had a heated conversation with two intellectuals. I don't remember their names.
Daniel Archer from NIA and Jeanette Calder from JAMP.
Right. One of them were trying to, both of them are trying to make the argument still, but one brought it forward. I remember which one, because I told him something the same to me. Them will say, because the man don't, not ordinary businessman downtown, right? Because when he's being accused of fraud, him name get called up in a public, you know? So, and that is wrong, right? That shouldn't happen.
No, because guess what happened? If there's a man suspected of fraud, we hold off on the publishing on the name until the police charges the person. Yes,
and they agree that if that happens, if that man's name is called before he's being charged, that they're human rights activists, right?
Well, no. National Integrity Action is anti-corruption, and JAMP is about she is governance watchdog. A very important role they play.
Would they be considered as
human rights activists?
Yeah.
No. That's JFG and other groups, advocacy network and people like those.
What I say is that them are advocate for one wrong to be done to another because it's been done to one man. And I mean, I said two wrong to make a right, you see me? And just because we might have a belief politicians corrupt, you see me? And you know, we all can point on a man and say, him not for they know when you're not government, you know, him not for have enough influence by how government money are spent. But at the end of the day, if you're not a proof, you see me, you keep your thing silent until you have proof. You can say, all right, see proof here.
Yes.
And this is money at this. And as much as we think bad about politicians, at the end of the day, them are citizens like us, and them deserve the same rights and course of justice like the ordinary man.
Agree with you,
Michael. Say the ordinary man, name not forget call up, then we say the same about politicians.
Yes, sir. Agree with you this morning, Mikey. Thank you for that.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for that. The Carl, good morning.
Morning. Mikey is perfectly correct. But George, Wednesday morning, boy, you forget you should carry 2 Bibles if you do 2 person interview.
Why?
Why, George? You ever go and courthouse it and hear when the policeman get up and hold up the Bible and say, now in that's a king. We swear to the king that everything that said here should be truth and nothing more but the truth. Why, it was a terrible morning Wednesday morning.
Oh, yeah? On what grounds?
Why, George? You go around every corner, you kneel down, you do everything to beg the 2 person to just step back little that what them did for us was wrong. And George, no. You wouldn't accept that. And then run somewhere the Wednesday evening to a lawyer lady. And the same, and then decide that people want to tell them so they must step back from where what them did said, but them not stepping back. You want to hear them over there. But anyhow, now that me call you about this morning, George. George, me having a problem for other day, and it a bother me, and me have. You know, so we have missed the point, George, concerning the British citizen, George.
Which British citizen?
Mr. Golin.
Okay.
We have missed the point, George. Mr. Golin say, how did Mr. Golin come by a British visa into a Jamaica passport?
You saw British...
That's what him said. That's what him saying have a visa.
Yeah.
Him saying have a British visa into a Jamaica passport.
Oh, so hold on. Let me clarify something. You're not asking about a British visa and a Jamaica passport, which is common. You're talking about his specific case.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Because him already, George, have a visa to go to yard already.
Carl, me tell you, if you solve these problems, you need to write to the PNP Secretariat and ask the questions.
Hold on, no mas, George.
Yes.
Hold on, George. And that's the very reason, George, why the news media not talking about nationwide. For over 7 weeks now, the PMP been dodging from a press conference because those questions would have to ask.
I hear you.
George, something no smell right here, so.
Yes. So you are not satisfied with all you've heard?
No, George. Anybody who can think for themselves can satisfy us, George. You doesn't need a visa to go to your yard, George.
So question for you. Even though Mr. Golding has said he will be taking steps to renounce, you're still not satisfied?
No, George. George, there's a lot of questions there here to answer.
So the declaration of intent to renounce does not kill the
George,
issue for you?
Just that, George, the only reason why you don't hear something like that, the hurricane we're going last week, so we have to step back and I look about that.
Mm-hmm. See, I look about this now.
But George,
yes,
the PMP better wake up because what them are going to hear are come concerning this visa business. No look good.
All right, sir. I hear you.
Good.
I hear you this
no
morning.
Look good, Master George.
I hear you this morning,
George, who have ears to hear?
Yes.
Let them hear.
All right, Carl. All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Carl says there are questions to be answered. Yes. This morning, I want to send a special word of commendation to the people who have rallied support for those hardest hit by Beryl. So the charity organizations who've been busy working in Clarendon and St. Elizabeth since last week. Thank you. You didn't have to. Yeah. And I hear people complaining that some individuals are doing things for social media likes. I'm not looking at it that way. I'm looking at people helping, and if a man help and want to put it on Instagram, nothing wrong with that. If you want help and put it on TikTok, nothing wrong with that. At least them helping. I also want to thank those who are working for the utility providers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? The JPS crew. Imagine you have a father, a mother, a uncle, a brother, a husband, a wife, whoever, working in the JPS field crews, working in the field to restore light. I don't think them people sleep 8 hours at night time.
I don't think so.
They have 8 hours for sleep. They're out there in underground, fully active, as them say in the streets. Have to be working. And that there are still so many people without electricity still. Yeah? But they've reconnected so many in such a short time. And those at JPS headquarters who are coordinating the work underground, thank you as well. NWC, yeah, the people who go to the cell sites for Digicel and Flow, yeah. But guess what? You see this Berlin Town? You see the third player in the big player in the internet business. They've been given a boost because they heard a couple of people call and say they were using this platform, and unlike Digicel and Flow, they didn't go down at all. So Starlink get a boost.
Yeah? Indeed.
Yeah, man. Starlink could have. It's like Elon Musk could never have hoped for a better marketing opportunity than this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the old faithful. The two traditional providers have served us well. So I work with them. But there are many people who say, well, down, my internet no down. Starlink me thing there. You understand? So a certain man is nodding at us through the glass, but we not tell them how. Yeah, we don't want to talk out in business. You understand? Man, nod and a smile.
But I tell you, George, the teaching moments coming out of burial are so many. Yeah? Just in how people now are going to construct their homes. Yeah. Is this particular kind of roof style construction better for your home than what you had before? What needs to go on your home to ensure it's more resilient? Yeah. Do you need the hurricane roof straps? Do you need to put in anchoring at the base of your home to ensure you can do some heavy roping down during the time of a hurricane? Do you need to deck one half and then roof the other half? Do you need to deck the whole thing? Can you afford that? And then the other parts of it in terms of energy. Do you need to start investing in solar? Do you need other little items within your household that are powered by the sun? Like I hear people talking about solar fans and all those things. Do you need to invest in certain little gadgets? Do you need a heavy duty kind of power bank? You know?
Yeah.
So many things, teaching moments coming out of burial in terms of people's homes, you know, infrastructure, all of that. Yeah, and it's just for us to take it all in. And as we restore now to implement a lot of those things that we've learned from burial. I know, like for my family, during Hurricane Dean, 2007, when the entire roof went on the upstairs, and then after that, the decision was taken now to deck portions, round top portions, put in hurricane straps, you know, do some anchoring at the base of the second floor to ensure that you can rope down during a storm and all of that.
Base at the second floor?
Base of the ground floor.
There's not how much floor for your house?
It's just two. No, man. It's,
the big house. Apologies.
No, man.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you see, you guys... Why are y'all troubling me this morning? I don't understand. And if only I could tell the listeners even half of it, but I can't.
Oh, God. Tyler, don't mind me. I'm
the base of the home.
Yes.
Yeah,
your floor mean you said the roof went on the top floor. Then you said the second floor. And then I wonder how much floor your house have.
It's two.
Yes. Because if you have second floor, clearly there's a ground floor.
The base, ground.
Oh, you said this. Are you said the second floor, ma'am?
Sorry. Yeah, to put anchoring down there so that you can do a bit of rope down. I was telling our listeners, when was it, Tuesday, and what's on my mind, that's something St. Elizabeth people do a lot. The roping down, putting anchoring if you can and roping down, and it does help.
Yeah, can I ask a question though? Your parents have 2 children, right?
Yeah.
Right. So.
Good morning to my brother in
foreign. So in the wheel something, who get which floor? Which floor are your one?
You know, so I can't.
The base of your one or the up at the top? Or the second floor of yours? I don't know.
It's 8:47.
Tajay Henry from the National Insurance Service, NIS. Human Service Scheme, National Insurance Scheme, NIS. You're being congratulated this morning, sir. A big up has come through for you. Tajay Henry from the National Insurance Scheme. There's a lady who was sent through. Me can't listen to the voice note, sir. You have to tell me who. Right. So I can play it. So there's a voice note that was sent to us from a lady who wants to send you a message, and we need to do more of these. Hold on.
My mom roof blew off in Manchester, and she never got her proof of life certificate sent back to the NIS office, so she hasn't gotten her pension in 2 months, and that's because she never sent in the proof of life. And he was so understanding, so facilitatory. Email me the form so that mommy can fill it out and send it back to him. Very, very helpful, and usually when they're not helpful, we cuss them out. So we just want them big them up that with having good customer service in some government agencies. So he's at the NIS Client Care Center in Kingston. and he's Tajay Henry. Please. I don't know if you can ask Cliff to bring him up or turn at them tomorrow, but it was so nice the way he was so helpful.
Yeah, so, boy, we don't cost nobody. We're the only person get cost more than government worker, a politician. So it's good this morning to hear the different tone. So Tajay Henry at NIS, that's on Ripon Road. Yes, Ripon Road off Oxford Road. Yeah. Congratulations, sir, for your excellent customer service, and keep it up. And one of your bosses down there, Vina Silvera. Yeah. I don't forget the Starbucks mom. You understand? So, yeah, there's some good people down in the NIS office on Ripon Road. All right? Yeah, man.
Help your child to own a house with an NHT Parent Assist loan. Find out more at nht.gov.jm. The time by NHT is
8:50.
The Birthday Club is brought to you by Burger King, the best tasting burger under the sun.
Let's drink to the hard-working people, and let's drink to the lowly of birth. Raise your glass to the good and the evil. Let's drink to the salt of the earth. Say a prayer for the common foot soldier. Spare a thought for his back-breaking word. Say a prayer for his wife and his children, who burn the fires and who till the earth.
I don't care what nobody wants to say. This song sounds sweeter on a jukebox. Yeah? A jukebox throwing this music. That throw that bad. I wonder, King, what number is...
put money in?
Yeah. What number is Big House in Cashpot? I'm going to buy a Big House today.
Oh my God.
Carlene Smith in the YouTube, German, so you're supposed to know a Big House being Cashpot. We have to buy a Big House, man.
It's not Keisha or Carla.
Keisha.
I think it's
Keisha, my friend, Keisha. What is a Big House in Cashpot? Tana.
What is Troublemaker in Cashpot? That's not one of them. Yeah. There's not a Troublemaker number in Cashpot.
Leave that alone. Leave that one there alone.
The two of you owe me lunch. Both of you owe me lunch, okay?
Oh my God.
I don't know, Starbucks me one. You know what? The two of you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, King, we're gonna get.
Our YouTubers.
Yeah.
Our YouTuber 36, 27, 33.
36. I'm not confused with how much number that now.
I want the cash pot number for Troublemaker. Is there such a cash pot number?
We're gonna buy a Big House. Yeah?
Is there such a cash pot number?
Yeah, man. So all the JPS workers and the foot soldiers, have a drink this Friday evening after you done some work. Yeah? Yeah, man. Have a drink. Hold on, Leroy, what it says, what? Cut it out, George, cause this song never make it to jukebox. Leroy, what you talking about? Leroy, come on now. My granny ran a bar in Church Pen Old Harbor named Birds of Paradise. This a tune I played for the jukebox Friday evening till it scratch. What you talking about, Leroy? Come now, Leroy. Come now. Anyway, them say 33 a Big House, Turner.
What is Troublemaker?
Nobody not paying no mind with that. A Big House of people about buy.
33? Is it 33?
Hey, they make 33 play when they buy it in a King.
Who's celebrating a birthday today? On YouTube, Herman sending happy birthday greetings to her nephew Nigel, wishing you a wonderful birthday. And she says, may God continue to bless you continually. Happy birthday to you, Nigel. And happy birthday greetings going out to Sergeant Kevin Marks there at the St. James Police Division. Happy birthday as well to Hector Linton in Sav, Thorne Mitchell in St. James, Paul Campbell in Mandeville, Glendon Brown at the Cornwall Courts SDA. Happy birthday to all of you. These greetings are coming from Sergeant Wayne Wallace. And birthday greetings tomorrow. So happy birthday when it comes to Michelle there in Sav, Michelle Dryden, and Horace MacDonald in Duncan's, and retired teacher Mrs. Beverly Hendricks in Westmoreland. Happy birthday when it comes tomorrow from Sergeant Wallace. And over on Facebook, happy birthday to Chelsea Smith, Rakesh Morgan, Sophia Moody, Philip Smith, Keisha Cummings, Olivine Rhodes, Enid Stevens, Shania Moses. Happy birthday. Happy birthday as well to Junior Kennedy, Andre Whitelock. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you as well. Looking to see if there are any more birthdays on YouTube.
While you look, Hector Linton, you mentioned Hector Linton's birthday in Sav. I'm wondering if it's the same Hector Linton who played for Reno and was a 2-time Premier League champion with Reno FC. Hector Linton, an outstanding striker for Reno. Reno, the team of my heart, even though Arnett Gardens are my team now, but Reno is my original side, good or bad times. Is that the Hector Linton who's celebrating his birthday? If so, have a happy one, sir, and have a drink later, Hector. You deserve it.
And Samantha Gordon says 21.
21 is what?
I'm looking for.
No, 21 now play today.
She said 21 for Troublemakers.
21 now play.
And then SH says, oh shoot, it's gone. But she was giving me a number that's for mad person.
Then SH, where you come from with that? Where mad person come from? Oh, she says 27 is mad person.
27.
Yeah.
But if it is 21, yeah, that's the number I'm looking for.
No,
21, or YouTubers are saying 21 is for Troublemaker.
King, when we go to St. Elizabeth on vacation, we can just take a whole of the second floor at our house for we're gonna just have the whole. So like 20 people can hold on the second floor, right? So we can play loud music. Our parents now go here because they'll be on the top floor, and then the first floor, then the basement. So we're gonna be on the second whole second floor for ourselves. Thank you, Tana.
That is propaganda, though.
Are you
oh my
so?
God! I clarified that's not what I meant.
So
but
King,
I don't know how your grandmother managed
King,
when
you know
you were
who
younger.
can who can come on the second floor? Who alone can come on the second floor? Play tune. Members only.
Members only.
People buy 21 today for George. Troublemaker.
Don't
21.
need no money to qualify.
Don't bring your check.
Don't bring your checkbook, Dada.
Bring your broken heart.
Up on the second floor, wow. Members only tonight.
Say you lost your woman.
That's about it for the show.
Don't bring no man.
The Birthday Club was brought to you by Burger King, the best tasting burger under the sun.
21 is for bad girl. People are saying 21 is for bad girl. It's not Troublemaker.
Yeah, bad girl I go play. 21 I go play.
So 21 is bad girl.
I don't know.
I need to go look at this. No, so many people are saying 21 is for bad girl. Which is it, guys?
Yeah, man. All essential workers, have a drink this evening. Listen this tune and then listen Johnny Adams. 10% off at Spirits in Montego Bay this evening for all essential workers from 8 o'clock until you say when. Spirits Montego Bay. All essential workers head to Spirits in Montego Bay this evening. We know you've had a hard week, so Jeffrey say, 10% off for all essential workers. And if you tell Jeffrey, say, listen, George and Jermaine, it's another 10% off. Yeah? Another 10% off. Big up Jeffrey morning.
Yeah. No bother by 21.
33 whereby.
Yeah,
Big house.
It's bad. It's for bad girl. I thought it was Troublemaker.
33. Hey, if 33 ever play, mercy. Wouldn't ask me one day, though.
That's about it for the show. Thank you so much for tuning in to Nationwide this morning. Thanks so much to our technical operator, the musical maestro and Troublemaker #1, Jermaine King. Thanks to our super producer, Michelle McCray Smith, our editor, Kimon Thompson. Up next, the Consumer Hour with Norgay Banton. And at 10, Cliff Hughes Online. I'm Tonna Thomas.
And I'm Curtis Mayfield.
I'm
Otis Redding this morning.
Good morning.
I'm loving you.
You've just heard Nationwide this morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
I don't want to stop now. Oh. With you, my life has been so wonderful. I can't stop now.
Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.
Your taxes hold the key.
Employers, your statutory deductions SO1 for June 2024 are due on Monday, July 15, 2024. You are reminded of the various payment options. These include via TAJ's tax portal using a credit card or any banking card with credit card features, the National Commercial Bank's online platform, Scotia's online platform,